I just thought about it. Are tridents considered polearms for polearms?
No.
Oh.
Polearms are specific. It's
Halberds.
halberds. Spears are now a polearm. Quarterstaffs.
You think a trident would be because it's got a long handle on it.
Oh no, yeah, trident is the same class of weapon.
That's why they used to classify spears two ways. There was the long spear and the short spear. And the long spear was a polearm, the short spear wasn't.
Yeah, tridents are considered the same thing, which is why they have the versatile
Yeah.
trait. But it's interesting that they're not included on that list. I just thought about that. I was thinking about that because the other weapon that I commonly use besides a halberd is the trident.
Yeah.
Though I have a spear on me that I could use.
It's like the best part of bard and it is.
Well, so originally spears were not a polearm.
Right, I do remember that.
And then they were thinking about expanding several weapon feats.
That's better than the bard.
It came
But
out
it would
with
be
a
a great
series
to
of
be a bard
unearthed
and have
handles
that.
with some
Oh, yeah.
weapon feats and
Yeah, and then I think in Tasha's didn't,
yeah, and
I
so
think
a
they're right.
lot of those sort of morph into things that look like what's in Tasha's now.
Right.
But they couldn't really find what they wanted for spear because a lot of players who have a historical bent note how important spears were historically. Like
It's hard to improve upon a spear.
Is a javelin considered a polearm?
and
No.
You can't
No.
really use it one way, can you? I mean, did they let you?
what a
A
javelin?
javelin?
Yeah, you can use it as a melee weapon.
But it was like worse than a spear. Correct?
Isn't a
Yes.
javelin
Yeah.
essentially a spear?
It's a spear with...
It's not versatile.
Sort of.
The
But it's
wood
not.
really isn't designed for that. So you don't go for a hard wood, you go for basically a lighter wood.
It's like a
Well, spears, I mean, javelins are designed so that on impact they
break
will,
away.
yeah, they will bend or break, so that the other side can't just say, "Oh, I'm going to pick up your javelin and throw it back at you."
And you can throw a spear, it just doesn't go well.
Mm-hmm.
It has the same problem as an arrow, is that it wiggles, the head of it, the spear will wiggle as
Yeah.
it goes through flight. So you got to be able to sight that. So you have to spend years practicing to get good at it. But
Yeah.
the same with axe throwing. We act like everybody can just throw an axe. You ever go try that?
Oh yeah.
Or throwing just a knife.
Knife throwing is the same way.
Yeah.
There's indexing it. You got to figure out how far, how many, and you don't have to know how many because all this, your brain does all this for you.
Yeah.
But you're basically calculating where it's going to be in the rotation when it hits,
Yeah.
and that determines how much you put on it.
But man, the Indians in the movies are awfully good with their.
Well, they
Throwing their tomahawk.
spend their whole life doing it.
I guess so.
I mean, if you're killing deer with a tomahawk, I'll give you that you've had years and years of practice.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. I don't think they go down with the first one. I guess they weren't really killing much deer. It was buffalo, but they used spears for that. I don't know. There can't have been buffalo all over the U.S., so they had to be some
Oh,
of
were
them eating
great
deer.
herds.
Yeah.
Great herds.
Yeah. But they didn't go
I thought it was
west
just
of the Rockies,
plains.
right?
Yeah. So it had just been the
Oh.
plains states.
Yeah, I think from the Rockies all the way over to like Kentucky,
Yeah.
they were.
So there had to be some deer eating Indians up in the north, like New York and places like that. Well, fish.
I mean,
they fished too.
they didn't only eat buffalo, but I mean, they ate game. Rabbits, fish, you know.
I'm just thinking they had a special method for attacking or hunting buffalo that wouldn't work on non-herd animals. So
Sure.
like deer don't really run in a herd. They kind of go.
Yeah. All right. So we wrapped up the Kuo-toa, finished that that detail that was left over, which I appreciate.
Yes.
And we are now with the merfolk. Their city is called Flulis, Faulis. It is a kind of like a Mecca or Vatican. It's they have the central cathedral to the deity Eadro, who is the primary deity of the merfolk. And so there are merfolk who come from everywhere to pay homage at this cathedral. And that's why they have, a group of spellcasters who can. Did we decide what we wanted for the?
Yeah, I took that ring, the spell ring where I can get back a third level spell.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't remember.
It was basically a pearl of power,
Yeah,
but it was in a ring form. Yeah. But I think we got 2, right?
Ring of Spellstorm.
No, no. I think we were going to get another one after we were tasked with killing the Leviathan.
You already have that, right?
Yeah, but
That's what I got the ring because I traded the armor. I don't know if there's another offer of another
Yeah.
item.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
Well, yeah.
I knew that we were trading the armor and that he was getting an item for that.
Okay.
I don't know if there was anything else.
So we haven't gotten the other one yet.
Wasn't there something for killing the Kuo-toa?
That's what I thought. I thought that if we brought back the
But I don't think we ever decided what we were going to do.
marrow,
Oh.
the merfolk who had been.
I thought that was for bringing back the mariner's armor as well.
Yeah. But then didn't they say if we brought back the corrupted merfolk,
And
that
they
would
also
give us-
sold me some coral breastplate
Yeah.
since I lost my armor.
Yeah. I thought that was whenever we were on our way, they said that they had lost a bunch of their merfolk citizens to the Kuo-toa insanity, and if you could recover their bodies at least, so they could be.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's the whole reason why we were gathering their bodies.
Yeah.
And
That's
I don't think we had decided on anything from that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we can just remember that we have that available.
Yeah.
The guy who's organizing all of this, his name is Asus. He is a merfolky merfolk, and by that I mean he is unlike their emissary who had gone to enlist us. Asus has a very prominent and proudly displays his merfolk fin. Yeah. And the most distinguishing feature is that he has a bunch of piercings. Like all of his fins are pierced. So he presents you with the ring. Says, you have served the cause of Eadro greatly. Says there's another matter that is sensitive that I'm having difficulties with as well. That your group seems to be particularly suited for. So, are you familiar with locathahs?
No.
Locathahs are a fish humanoid. Like they're very fishy, kind of like the Kuo-toa, except that they don't have the wacky insanity, and they have a long history, like sharing the same habitats as merfolk, to the point where Eadro is historically their primary deity as well. But the locathah's religion, so locathah have a self-image problem. They have historically been very servile, more powerful populations, usually enslave locathah villages in some way. And historically, the locathah implementation of Eadro is that when Eadro was creating the merfolk, the locathah were an accident that happened along the way. But if you are a truly noble and worthy locathah, and by worthy it's someone who understands their place in life, fulfills it well, then at some point you can hope that you will become a merfolk, and maybe in an afterlife or reincarnation. And so that's the relationship between merfolk, Eadro, and locathah historically. But there is this, I don't know what, heretic, I guess, or revolutionary, or troublesome nuisance. His name is Nero. He's a locathah priest of Eadro, who, for whatever reason, he is convinced and has convinced his cult that that locathahs were actually the intention of Eadro from the beginning, and that merfolk have hidden that fact over the millennia as a mechanism to keep locathah in a lower status, so that they don't compete with merfolk. And to the north of here, there is a ruined locathah village. Who knows how long ago it was destroyed. We here in Flulis never even really took notice of it. It was just sort of an afterthought that there was, we knew that there was a ruined locathah village on the seabed several miles to the north. And it really only became of any interest whatsoever several years ago when a sea serpent took up residence there. And so it became dangerous in that environment. And this locathah priest, I don't know how he managed to befriend this sea serpent, but his cult now inhabits those ruins. He says he is intent to make it a sea for the true Eadro religion, that will rival Flulis as the legitimate center of for the followers of Eadro. There's no nice way to put it. He's got to go. That he's a direct and existential threat to the cathedral here, and I need it done quietly. But what I can tell you is, if you can, in the process of eliminating Narum, or at least eliminating his threat to the cathedral, convince him to relocate or change his philosophy, but if you can capture that sea serpent, I do have the capacity to use that to create some sort of a magic item for you. Like that I am the civil and the religious authority here in Flulis. So if you can retrieve that living sea serpent,
Is this a big creature? Small?
Large,
creature?
yeah. It's a sea monster. Yeah, it's a
And so
So,
the
actual
priest
sea
has
serpent.
befriended him?
Stupid question.
seems to be they're coexisting together in the ruins.
Okay.
Yeah, and
If we kill it, could we pay you gold to revive it? And then you can turn it into a magic item, because it'd be a lot easier to get something that's dead over.
yeah, I don't know that I could revive. I mean, if you got here within a minute, I could revivify it. But but for raised dead, we would be dependent upon the sea serpent's willingness to be raised.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
You know, we can't guarantee that.
Can I get a breastplate while we're here?
Yeah,
Could be made out of coral.
but it's still breastplate. Yeah.
That's the only difference.
Only difference is it's not made out of metal.
Okay, that works for me.
Yeah.
No, crunchy on the outside.
You're crusty on the outside.
Okay, so you want us to relocate the priest, or kill him if whatever it comes to.
No.
And then it's a bonus
His
if
exact
we,
word was to eliminate.
Is that a discussion in this group?
huh?
Well, yeah.
No, I'm just saying that.
so
Regardless, we need to get rid of the priest. Is what you're saying, right? And
So Asus, I want him. I want him eliminated as a threat to the cathedral of Eadro at Flulis.
So how far is...
And the surest way to do that would be to actually kill him. But if you can satisfy that condition in a way less than lethal,
well, and then there's just a bonus if we capture this big creature. Is that you can turn him into something? Into something. Okay.
So the question is about how far away are we going to be?
So what are we? So what's the?
'Cause I
What
got-
are we looking at getting in return for getting rid of this person?
it's going to take you about 3 hours to
Just
get
the
there.
person you're on.
So
if they
polymorph won't work.
If they don't show up, you can run to the next.
Oh, yeah. It's about 3 miles across the seabed, and you can traverse about 1 mile an hour at this depth.
I want him to buy about 200 foot of rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go.
Okay, these cookies are a lot
Yeah, but
staler than I thought.
Is that?
Oh, from last week?
Yeah. Well, this is from. Is that last week or 2 weeks?
2 weeks ago? Yeah.
Yeah, they're very stale. But all right, so what do we get for getting rid of this priest? Whatever.
Trying to get back to
Well, like I say, I can, if you can bring back the sea serpent, I can craft a permanent magic item out of him. I guess I could with any of the locathah as well.
trying to get back to the character.
Well, certainly
Well,
for
should I see
Nara.
where those feats were?
Well, I don't know, man. That would involve a public trial, and I don't know if I want to give Nara that.
Why would we have to have a public trial?
Well, because I can't just secretly execute a locathah as a priest of Eadro, right? I would have to demonstrate that he is a heretic who is a threat to Eadro before I can, and that would. It's not like a sea serpent, which is just a universally known threat that no one is going to object to just sacrificing him.
Okay.
But
If we're going to take the sea serpent, we can't use arrows or magic on him.
what if we can't bring the sea serpent back? What do we get?
Yeah. What would you be able to offer us then?
I mean, we have a variety of consumables. I'm sure I could also convince another one of the artificers to infuse an item for an ongoing, as long as you needed it, till you were retired from adventuring. Yeah,
Okay.
I think
we have a pretty significant population of merfolk artificers around. So.
I think that would be the way to go.
Okay.
Because picking
All right.
up a proficiency in something. is
Consider it
huge.
done
Yeah.
in some time.
Okay.
Are you proficient in either one of those?
All right. So, is there anything we want to do before we
Yeah, I mean,
set off to address the sea serpent and the cult of Eadro, the locathah cult of Eadro?
Let's see.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out my spells.
Do some
So, just
I think I'm gonna get some more nets.
so
Yeah.
is a sea serpent considered a monster?
Yes. Yeah. A monster is basically any mobile creature.
Oh, I take that back. I got dominate beast. Fuck that.
It's not considered a beast. It's a dragon.
Of course it is.
Yeah, I guess go back to charm monster.
Yeah, it is a monster. Almost everything's a monster. Only thing that aren't monsters would be plants and objects. Any creature is considered a monster.
How much would it be to get a potion of growth?
Well, if you wanted to trade one of the,
We're all out of potions.
Yeah, we didn't get potions in the last one.
well, you should have gotten potions.
Oh, did Did we get potions?
Well, no.
That was never.
That was part of the compensation. So everyone should have a potion of healing, and we should have 2 potions of greater healing. And if you wanted to trade one of the potions of greater healing for a potion of growth, you can do that.
Okay, would I be able to purchase one, or would that be too far of a stretch?
Yeah, you could get a 3rd uncommon potion. Yeah, for a party of 5.
Okay. Yeah, because that's the only thing I should think of that I might want to buy is the potion.
So I want to circle the group around. So, be like, if we're planning on bringing this Leviathan in, we're gonna have to be careful on how we do it.
We're gonna need a bigger net.
No. If we're gonna weaken it to the point where we can knock it out, we can't be using arrows and magic.
But I can use a net. I can still use a net.
Yeah, you can use a net, but that's gonna be.
size.
Okay, so who wanted to hold the other potion of greater healing? Or what are we looking at? We each get 1 potion of healing.
Probably take it.
Yeah, give him because
Okay.
he's been wrecked the last couple times.
Yeah.
Well,
I
actually,
just changed runs feet, so I'm even easier to hit.
Well, I do actually have a potion of greater healing on me already. If someone else did want to, I did manage to save the 1 potion. I didn't get hit very much the last time.
Yeah, but there was a few people that did go down, and you were able to get them back up.
Right. I use all the regular potions for that.
Yeah, I believe.
But I can carry 2. That's fine.
Because me and him can heal, and right now I'm not doing a whole lot of
Okay.
wild shapes, so.
All right.
Agnew,
Potions of regular.
you got a level 1 artificer, don't you?
Yeah, he does.
I have 2.
So you got healing too.
And you got the infusions.
By the way, we're all 8th level, right?
Yes. How many regular potions do we have now?
1 per person.
1 per person?
Everyone got 1.
Alright, let me go and adjust that.
You got any spells that could help them mobilize?
No, not really.
And you have the components for Revivify?
Yes.
And you're the only one who can cast Revivify right now?
Yeah, he can.
Well, he's only 2nd level. Have to be
Much
like a
higher.
7th level artificer.
Yeah. Still roll for it.
If you have a scroll. Do we have a scroll?
I
Revivify?
changed around my feet.
I think we used it
we were
for-
gonna, yes, we used,
Yeah.
And I can dash and cross action dash.
Good job.
I was gonna convert some of those diamonds into scrolls of Revivify
Okay.
if we traded them. I just don't know how many I could have done with the downtime we had.
Well, you had like a month of downtime before the last
How many
adventure.
of those could I have converted?
Like 3.
3? Okay.
Yeah.
So that would have been the 900 gold piece, or 900 gems.
Wait, so we had a month of downtime? Does that mean I had enough time to trade in the little gems and get 100 gold piece gems?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So then I'm gonna have a homunculus too.
What does it look like?
It's a pig with wings.
It's all the time you're familiar.
Well, and then I've also got my familiar, which is an owl. Oinks and hoots.
Oh my god.
What have you done to this point?
Your homunculus is a construct, right?
Yeah,
So it doesn't have to breathe.
no.
No.
Yeah, no, you don't have to worry about his homunculus drowning.
Yeah.
The hoots, however.
None of us can drown because you can ritually cast water breathing on us.
Until you gotta respawn the familiar.
Well, I don't think the familiar needs to breathe, does it?
It depends on the familiar.
Oh, okay.
There are aquatic familiars, and then there.
I can swap out for an aquatic one.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Okay.
He looks like a little goldfish. With big eyes.
It's a goldfish that looks usually like a rat.
I think I got what I needed.
Anything else before we take off?
Okay, we need to deal with my infusions. Okay, so one of them's the homunculus, alright? But I can either give +1 bonus to armor class of some piece of armor or shield, or I can make a weapon returning, which gives it +1.
You can do a repeater crossbow, couldn't you?
I could, but I didn't go that route.
I mean, if you don't use it on anything else,
I actually have it, I just I just
I
don't
think
know.
Always take an extra AC.
Yeah, that was my thought too.
If someone else needs something more, then
We want to do defense rather than offense.
Yeah.
because
I mean,
Because it's
having-
better to not get hit than.
you don't wear armor, so you can't.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I don't think you can enhance.
The whole reason I got the returning weapon was for
Do
you
you
to
have
have a
anything
ranged
armor
weapon.
based?
Yeah, well, I've got darts.
Yeah, but I would make them returning.
The only magical item.
yeah,
What's your
it's
AC?
Still like
I think it's 19, 18, 19, something like that with the breastplate. And I can wear half plate. And I'm going to eventually go there, but
So me and Lyra are probably. Well, Lyra's already got a +1 on her armor.
yeah, she's already got a +1 on her armor.
If you want, I mean,
And she's got a +1 bow.
you're
Yeah.
more than happy to +1 my breastplate.
you know.
'Cause that's the only armor I have.
What's your armor at? So
18.
18. Oh, well, yeah, that's low. I think I'm wearing full plate.
Well, that is full plate.
That is full plate.
Yeah.
Full plate is only.
He doesn't
18
normally
no
carry a
dex.
shield.
I don't. Usually, it's with the shield
Well,
that you get to 20.
Full plate, you don't get your dex.
Yeah,
it's
it's
on
like
your armor, you don't get your dex.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and give your full plate. It's going to be full plate +1. You have to attune it though.
I only have one thing I'm attuned to, so,
So, okay,
it's
that's
not
not-
any issue
Not a
yet.
restriction. Okay.
No, because that's the
Alright.
only thing. Well, I do have goggles in mine, but I traded the brooch of shield.
Those don't
so-
require attunement.
Oh, they don't? Oh, okay.
I've got this Richard shield.
Right, was there anything I needed to get rid of the PTSD?
Oh,
remember
yeah.
I had that. Yeah, I remember that was the thing.
Me and Saw got PTSD.
Can
I
I, do,
didn't realize, I forgot
can
that.
I do some sort of check to see if I can do anything about it?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't a lesser restoration that...
A greater restoration.
Oh, greater restoration.
So the
Yes.
Cathedral of Eadro can do that, but now that's getting expensive. That would probably, like getting rid of the both of your two PTSD, that he would do that before you go in exchange for completing it, and instead of the artificer.
We can probably wait on that, maybe.
I mean, was that we just roll on the temporary insanity chart? It's not that big a deal,
When you go into combat, yeah.
and it's not like a save or like a will save or anything
Mm-mm.
to avoid that. You just have.
You
to-
just roll it, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll pay to have them.
Well,
The components for a greater restoration is a level 5,
Mm-hmm.
but it's only $100 or 100 gold pieces worth of diamond dust.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
If you wanted to pay,
I'll
if you
pay.
want to contribute the
I'll donate
well,
whatever.
wouldn't you have that? Be able to
Not
have
yet.
it? Oh,
I've only got 4th level spells.
I mean, we could always just...
ninth levels when you get 5th levels.
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny, but yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with the waiting.
I've got like 600 gold that I don't hardly have anything to spend it on.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, if they're willing, if they're allowed...
So it says
pay for the
150, but
services.
whatever extra that they charge for.
Yeah.
200?
Well, he'll forgo
Well-
this actual spell casting services as long as you pay the
Well, and isn't it?
in exchange for the favor that you're doing for him. He's
It's-
grateful for that, and it will help you to complete the
Yeah. Okay.
Does greater restoration target multiple people, or is that
one.
Yeah, you have to cast
Oh,
it
so
twice,
you-
but...
it's twice the cost?
I'll pay for it.
Yeah. He's got, like you said, he doesn't have really have much to do with the 600 gold pieces.
Sure.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah, I had like 800 before.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
Okay. So off we go.
I did re-ritual cast the water breathing because it lasts for 24 hours.
So you have water breathing prepared.
Yeah.
So you can cast it ritually. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So off we go. We're about halfway there, and how is it we are traveling across this seabed here? So it's uneven, but we can swim like above it, right? Like.
I will say I am in shark form for travel because I don't have the mariner's armor anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're
So you're going to be a hunter shark or a,
while we're
or a
traveling
giant
this
shark? Or what kind of shark?
a reef shark.
Reef shark, okay. So the reef shark swimming along there, he can do laps around you guys.
Well, except for me.
I'm
swimming
pretty
along
sure
with him.
that I'm pretty
Well,
sure
no,
that
he swims 60 feet.
Oh, is it swim sick? Oh,
I have a feeling that-
he's way faster.
Yeah.
if anything, the two little ones are probably on my back, holding on. Right. Well,
Okay, yeah. So the halfling and the kobold are riding the reef shark. How big is it, reef shark?
large.
Okay, yeah. And then what about Boom Boom?
I think the last thing I got was swim speed. Yep. From the Dragon Blade,
Uh-huh.
so I got a swim speed.
Actually,
But so these two are riding the reef shark. I'm assuming Sot is there with them. We're just Boom Boom want to be in relationship to these four.
Are you riding the reef shark also?
No, I'm
No,
not.
he's just
swimming. I'm just swimming
If
next
you're
to him.
swimming at 40,
I'm swimming 30.
30.
well, I'm swimming about the same speed. So I'll stay 30 feet behind him.
30 feet behind you. Okay.
Okay.
And then what about your homunculus and your familiar?
Well, I'm looking up the familiar now, so.
Yeah, basically underwater you got a choice of. Well, he can give you a water breathing
yeah,
owl,
yeah.
but it would be.
I'm not sure how an owl
I don't
would
think it'd
live
be very
underwater.
effective.
But the octopus can produce ink so that it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, which is the real advantage of the owl.
I think I'll just do the octopus, yeah,
Yeah.
for now. That's nice and easy, and I'll have to.
And what about your homunculus?
It's driving me nuts. It doesn't need to breathe. It flies, but I think it's just going to be attached to me, like hanging on to me.
Hanging on to you, okay. Yeah.
I imagine it creates a little propeller. And
I'm sorry,
The wings
it's
turn
a
into a little
hunter
propeller.
Hunter shark.
Real quick question.
When we're level, it can be a killer whale.
Remind me of the psychic focus from last round that came with the PTSD.
The psychic focus.
I think he said something like that. Psionic something. There's some weird thing.
Oh, the psionic stun.
Psionic stun. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was you can do an extra d6 of psychic damage on an attack. But you I didn't print it. I should have printed it off.
I can't remember what it was in.
But
It was in. I don't know.
It's Hoots the Owl. That's hilarious. How'd that get here?
It's you can use it on some. I think it's you use it on someone you attack within 15 feet, and then
or no, it's not extra damage. You can stun them.
yeah, it's a stun that you.
Yeah.
It was contested.
By a DC 15 wills or con or
Or
something.
charisma.
Charisma.
Yeah. You know, you do a contested charisma check.
Yeah, contested
And
charisma check, and
If you win, they're stunned.
if you
if
lose,
they
you're
win,
incapacitated
If you lose, you're incapacitated.
until the end of the round.
Yeah. And then if you use it more than once before you take a long rest, you have to make a Constitution saving throw each time you use it more than. And that starts at 10 and goes up 5. Resets on a long rest.
Yeah, what's failing that contract do?
Incurs a level of exhaustion. Yeah. Yeah. I'll
So,
print that off. So we have it.
Unfortunately, calling a wisdom save a will save now after the Oscars invokes a slap.
When I saw that, Hollywood all backed Will Smith, and I thought he destroyed his career.
I think
When
he
I saw
did.
it.
He can't play the good guy anymore.
Yeah, and you see he's been canceled out of all these movies and things.
No, and that's just the first sign that he's about to spiral down. Is really what that amounts to. It's really
Yeah.
sad, but you know.
And yet, Chris Rock's not getting any repercussions.
He told a joke.
And it wasn't
He's
even
told
that
worse
great
jokes.
joke.
No, it was a bad joke.
Well, his repercussion was getting slapped.
Yeah, that's a
Well,
little,
like I said, I've always been told 2 wrongs don't make a right.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh,
he told
yeah.
a joke.
When a
That's his
comedian-
job, is to
When a
roast
comedian
people.
oversteps his bound,
I don't think either one of them did anything wrong.
Yeah.
I think the joke is, I'm fine with the joke. I'm not okay with the slap.
I'm okay with the slap.
He shouldn't have done it, but I understand it.
It was.
Yeah, getting in his face and telling him.
If
you
she
know, I
wouldn't
think words would have been better there. You get right up in his face, like. "Don't
If she
fuck my
wouldn't
wife
have
again."
recently come
Yeah,
out,
that would have been better,
Should.
but I'm okay with the slap. Yeah. It seemed like a proportional response to me.
Well, and Chris Rock is fine with the slap too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And in the aftermath, I really liked both of their behaviors in the aftermath. I liked the apology by Will Smith. I liked Chris Rock saying, "I accept your apology. We'll move on."
Do you realize how mad you have to be though to like get up from your chair, walk across that massive stage, and then just smack
From
something
going
like
from
that?
complete laughing to
Well, yeah.
He looked at his wife. She wanted him to go do that. That's essentially what happened there.
Yeah, so no, it was.
It wasn't mad. It was he had to.
She was like, "Are you going to defend me?" And it was it was no, it wasn't Will. I don't think it was Will Smith that did.
it was a touchy subject, and it was.
And it was
Well,
also the
yeah.
fact
I
that it
mean,
was
definitely, if Jada hadn't have been there, but I mean,
well, I also think if it wouldn't have been in front of like
Everybody,
you know,
the planet.
but I mean,
Yeah.
Jada. I mean, she has a disease that causes her hair to.
And I think it was a sore subject.
Yeah.
It was. It
It was
was.
a source.
It was a bad topic for a joke, and yeah.
And
I don't
Chris
blame her.
Rock did the best thing you can do when somebody's walking towards you like that. He put his hands behind his back like this. Listen, this is not going to get aggressive. And unfortunately, it wasn't enough.
And then, after Will Smith goes back to the sound, Chris Rock says, "Best night of television ever." I thought that was really.
Well, he wanted to fire back verbally, but he didn't.
Yeah.
all right, so
Yeah.
Okay, so we are heading that direction, about halfway there, and then from out of the darkness, this huge school of tuna comes stampeding through us. And I will need a DC 15 dexterity saving throw.
would I be able to throw a net at them?
I mean, there are like thousands of them.
And they're huge.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they're actually huge. But
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could net one of them, but they would still be an indefinite number of them.
I'm okay with that. I still want to throw it like as they're coming out. I'm like, this is what I bought the extra nets for.
Net time.
Anyone with a swim speed or a passive perception of 20 or better has advantage on the saving throw.
So if we have a swim speed, we have advantage.
Yeah, if you have a swim speed, you're able to maneuver fast enough to have advantage on the saving throw.
What'd you say the save was?
It is a DC 15 dexterity saving
So,
throw.
with me being as a shark, having a swim speed, would I be able to try to angle myself to where these two aren't getting hammered?
No, they would basically have to just hang on to you as you were dodging around. Yeah.
We made her save, so.
And your homunculus,
You know.
What was the DC on it?
it is a DC 15 for 15 or 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's no secondary effect. It's just 15 or 7 bludgeoning damage. Do we need to do anything after the tuna
So-
fish?
How many tuna
Fresh
were I
prices.
able to procure in the net?
Enough to feed the entire party for several days.
Yes.
All right.
Because tunas.
Sushi for everyone for days on
I know, but the net is able to secure up to a large creature, so I imagine I'd be able to get a couple tuna at least.
I think they're medium.
So
Like 5
maybe
feet
like
long.
2 tuna, 2 or 3 tuna.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sorry to keep asking, but the con save is DC 10 plus 2 for each time you use it.
Plus 5 for each
Plus
tuna.
5.
Plus 5, okay.
Yeah.
So the
I thought it was-
homunculus made it, and he actually has evasion, and I don't.
Oh,
So we take 7 if we fail.
7 if you fail.
So I'm sure you're.
Or no, 7 if you succeed.
I'm pretty
15
sure
if you fail, 7 if you succeed.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Or
what I don't know why I
0
said
if you have evasion.
So I think you're down one character because you're familiar because
Yeah.
my octopus.
Yeah, so you don't have the octopus at the moment, but you can ritually cast that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
One last thing.
Pretty sure that's the only way to cast it.
If you fail the con save, you're not cast it. You just
You
get
get-
exhaustion, or do you still get to?
yeah, you still do it. Yeah. Everything happens, and then at the end, you attempt the save
only if
to
you do it
avoid
for
the
the first
exhaustion.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes an hour.
Oh, to cast? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Find Familiar is like a short rest spell.
So, are we doing anything before we move on at that point?
Got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to do some research here, I didn't get time for it. When you cast Find Familiar, your animal is a fiend, fey, or celestial, is your choice.
Yeah, your choice.
With the third lock warlock, the pack of the chain, I can get an imp, a closet. Can I have the imp be a celestial?
Yeah.
I don't know. The Pact of the Chain is not the same as Find Familiar.
Yes,
Oh.
it allows you to cast the more powerful imp, closet,
Does it say you're casting Find Familiar?
90% sure.
Maybe you just acquire a
I
familiar.
think you just acquire a familiar.
But I think it has some. It can actually attack. It's a.
'Cause you don't want the Find Familiar version anyway because it only has 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm not
Where's
supposed
Pact of
to.
the Chain? I apologize about not doing that. I really wanted the sprite, but I thought, let's review this a little bit before I make the decision. Pact of the Chain.
They're more likely to take half.
You learn
damage
Find
from
Familiar
Breath.
spell and can cast it as a ritual. The spell doesn't count against your number of spells known. When you cast the spell, you can choose one of the normal familiars
Homunculus has 6 hit points.
for your familiar or one of the following special forms, Imp,
Mhm.
Pseudo-Dragon, Closet, and Sprite.
So
But
yeah,
you cast
I think you
Mending
can have a
ring,
celestial
too.
imp.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying is that Mending is a cantrip.
Well, I would like to have done that.
Oh, that's a good
Okay.
idea.
You can always have them at full.
So you have a celestial
Mending has
imp.
only one
That
axe.
goes.
Yeah,
Well, no,
so
I mean,
6
it
seconds.
would have an imp's hit points.
Uh,
So
it
it
takes
would
a-
need to make the dexterity
takes a-
saving throw too.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
Well, even still, while you're traveling out of combat, you can cast Mending.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're underwater, so I would have had it shape change into the one that gives us swimming speed.
Good move, crossbow repeating.
I actually didn't see a swimming speed on that one. I saw it on all the
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
But all that, I mean, I don't get 2 attacks around anyway, so.
Okay, it looks like a
You're only
raven.
on
By the
level
way,
three.
you guys see a raven.
Oh.
You guys see a raven. We got a 16.
Okay, so it takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
You can get two attacks. You just have to use your bonus action.
Yeah.
With that repeating crossbow, it gives you the ability to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or else you shoot and you gotta reload.
Alright, so are we moving on then? Okay. We go a little further, and as we move out of the darkness, we see at the edge of our vision, right here, the sediment restricts vision to only about 60 feet,
I've got
and it's dark everywhere.
I've got 30-foot blind sight
Okay.
as a hunter short.
Yeah. So if you have dark vision, what you see is sort of down towards the seabed. You see this group of about 10 locathah.
I
They
can see 90 feet now.
they look like they have been beat up pretty bad. Looks like probably the tuna came through them before they hit you.
Alright, well, I'm going to start swimming down there and see if I can heal them and help them out.
Okay. They do have like rudimentary weapons like any pilgrim would have, like clubs, and a few of them have spears, but really compared to you, they're virtually defenseless.
Do we know what language they would speak?
Aquan.
I don't speak that
I'll
language.
come up with you just to kind of flank.
Does anyone speak Aquan?
No.
No.
Very, very much so.
No.
Okay. Or does anyone have a pretty good performance check so that you can pantomime communication?
Can a hunter shark
We got a +4.
make grunts and groans?
Okay,
Plus 4 would be good enough.
telepathically.
It would
But I
be
guess they
kind
can
of
speak
slow
back.
going, but you'd be able to get messages back and forth
I mean, I can telepathically do it.
by just using like sign languages and
Okay, and about how far are we
I
from
got
our
+1.
city now?
we're about
I played it.
a little more than
They said
halfway
played
to
good.
the
So an
distance.
hour and a half.
Don't,
Yeah.
don't get me lying and trying to do
Can I-
performance.
Psychically ask him to point us in the direction of the priest?
I was wondering.
Because we were told that he's really phenomenal.
Okay, so can they answer? I forget. I always forget.
They can't answer back.
They cannot answer me.
No. You can send messages to other people.
Does anyone have a pretty good insight then, so that you can understand what they're trying to say? Okay.
I got a 17 on the performance,
Okay.
and if necessary, I'll cast comprehend language.
I've got a +5. Is that?
I have a +4 on this.
Now you
so-
can do that ritually, right?
Comprehend language?
Yeah. That's a ritual spell.
Yeah, so-
I don't know if you can cast ritual spells though,
I don't believe warlocks have ritual cast.
or sorcerers. Oh, okay.
I've got a +5
So I
insight.
got it learned, so I can cast it
Um,
if we need to. If we can't figure out what they're saying.
Tell them to let the lizard guy close.
so whenever
and
you
get
start
through.
talking to them psychically, at first they sort of cower, like they're afraid. Are you gonna?
They're trying to give us disadvantage. That's what.
I'll go ahead and drop the shark for him.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not trying to scare him.
Mm-hmm. They just don't know what's going on. Yeah. Someone is in their head. And that's just a scary situation to peasants.
I'll
But you're going to try to help them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So at first they're scared, like you're a monster to them. But yeah, you come up and so all of them are banged up. Looks like a couple of them have just recovered consciousness, even.
Oh, magic.
I could maybe stabilize any of them if there are any that are unconscious.
I mean, we
Like
all
using
have
healer's kit.
healer's kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there are none that are still unconscious. And so eventually, though, they do understand what you're asking them. They want to know the same thing. They were originally on their way to Flulis. They are dedicated followers of Eadro who are fulfilling their once-in-a-lifetime pilgrimage obligation. But on the way here, they heard about this new Mecca for Eadro, and they are not sure where it is.
Well, I'm going to point off in that direction. I was told that it was that way.
Point to
Are you
you.
pointing towards Flulis or towards the ruins?
Like the opposite direction.
I would say I'd point toward.
Like I'm pointing them in the wrong direction.
Clueless.
Yeah.
I don't know where you want them to go.
Like I'm
So-
trying to steer them away from where we're going.
So you're trying to send them to
Well,
Flulis.
I would say send them to Flulis because Flulis is the city we came from, and that's where they're trying to
Get some
go.
healing, yeah.
They were originally on their way to Flulis to worship at the merfolk temple to Eadro. On the way, they learned about this new
They
Messiah.
learned about the cult.
So
And
Merim.
maybe
And
instead
now that's what they're looking
yeah, I'm
for.
gonna point them toward Flulis.
Yeah.
Well, maybe instead of telling them that there's a temple that way, maybe be like maybe somebody in Flulis knows where the temple is or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that way you don't have the deception level where it's unnecessary.
Well, they're lost. So
Yeah.
I was going to point it in the opposite direction.
I recommend going to the temple to Flulis.
They
I
might-
heard that they have a.
And then you're going to also help with their wounds before you send them off towards Flulis.
Yeah, I'll bust up my kid too.
Okay. Is there anyone who's not going to help them? I guess I should say.
Might be a dick, but I'm not a complete asshole.
Okay.
I'll keep a lookout, see, make sure we don't get ambushed. So I won't be doing the med kit stuff.
Okay.
Right,
So
we don't
you're gonna
want
be
to make sure
standing
that there aren't
up-
any more stampeding tuna or anything.
Okay. So then I need a charisma check from everybody except for Thamri. And if you're proficient in religion, you would have advantage on this charisma check. But I don't think anyone's proficient in religion, are they?
No.
Hilariously, I'm proficient in religion.
I got a 17 on mine.
I got
17.
But I'm not good at charisma, so it's a good thing.
Okay.
We rolled a bunch of 17s.
19?
A 19 is the best. All right. So as the locathah starts swimming off, you're bathed in like a soft blue light, and telepathically you're told that you have gained the focus of Eadro for your kindness to his pilgrims. So that has the same effect as if you had successfully completed divine intervention as a 10th level cleric. And so typically that would be like the ability to
That's what a 90 or
10% is.
yeah, 10%.
Once a week you can do it. It's with a 10% chance of success. Well, it's equal to your
Isn't it
cleric level.
Just him.
Just him. Yeah, that was what the charisma check was for. To see who Eadro was going to grant it to. So the type of things that could be would be like the ability to cast a third level or lower spell that you don't have the slot for, or things like that. Right. That's a pretty good measure of it. Or the ability to replicate the effect of an uncommon potion without actually having the potion. Those would be the type of
But don't you have to roll
Should
on
be
a
like
D100
new
and
game.
you have the
New quote.
No, it's presumed that he was successful on that.
or something. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the
He has gained Eadro's favor as if he was a 10th level cleric of Eadro who successfully used
So
divine
does that
intervention.
happen now then?
No, it just
Or-
it's in the
It's
future.
kinda
It could be now,
Okay,
or
so
you could
he
just
can,
say,
he
yeah,
can,
he can
use it
call
later.
upon it at any time.
And it's once per month?
No, you only get to use this one time.
One
It's
time.
a one.
It's like
one-time
the
thing.
mark
Once
that you
per
got.
life.
like the long strider thing we got the last time.
Yeah. Well, I think he got another buff when we had helped people before.
Yes, there's another.
There was a different. Well, it was a revivify. I
It was a
think.
tattoo.
Or- Yeah,
It was a charm. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Well, I think
manifest
we
as a
Minor
tattoo.
wish.
Yeah, we had ended up
A third or
using it
lower
to
spell.
Yeah.
save someone.
So this is basically another third or lower.
Yeah, although this has a little bit wider range than that. It could use it for that same thing. But if an occasion comes up and you have an idea for a different effect.
Desperation fireball.
Yeah.
just burn
You need
this.
And this
Or
is
desperation
this is
reduction.
this is a primary sea deity too. So you might keep that in mind too.
Desperation Fireball followed by Desperation Revivify.
Yeah,
Uh,
okay. Fireball on top of
And-
it, revivify whoever died.
and we're gonna go ahead and give inspiration to the other three of you, just for reference there.
And that's just a reroll.
Yeah, it's just it's advantage. You have to announce it before you end it, but you can also give it at any time to any other player.
I'm just making
So
sure.
if someone is facing a pretty important D20 roll, then
I was just making sure.
Yeah.
I'll have to remember that because that's my second inspiration.
Well, you can only have one,
Oh.
So use the inspiration on that charisma check.
but you could immediately give the one you already had to someone who doesn't have inspiration.
Well, I'll
Henry has your original inspiration, and now you have inspiration.
Yeah, I'll give my.
I was actually about to say give it to.
About how long have
Oh,
we
you got it
been
too.
tending to their wounds and
Oh,
stuff?
sure.
About 15-20 minutes. Yeah.
You're here, so
Uh,
it's assumed that Jordan's character isn't actually present. So
right, so we're ready to move on towards the ruins.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna stay as
Just
the
had to
knee.
join it.
Okay.
So
So everyone is in a group there instead of riding on the shark. So we're moving a little bit slower at that.
yeah, because I
But your swimming speed is half your walking speed, right? If you don't have a swimming speed.
yeah.
That's correct.
Oh, so I'm almost at 30. I'm like 22 and a half. No, not what's that? No.
You're at like 27.
27.
Yeah, you're
My
right.
bad.
And you're still 30 feet back from the group? Okay. All right, so we are closing in on the ruins. We think that we're probably half a mile maybe. But in this, as we get closer to the ruins, there's a lot of undersea foliage around us. So visibility kind of narrows to about 30 feet. And sure, this one. Okay. Yeah.
With the cloak of elven kind, does that require attunement?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, use one of these
I do
cards.
have two
Yeah.
attunement items.
I like that it gives you gnome hatred.
Huh?
I like that it gives you gnome hatred.
Oh,
Because
right.
that's like one of those races that most people don't
These are
hate.
mine. Yes, yeah.
Do I need to open a new one?
Yeah, you can open a new one. That's why they're there.
Okay.
So when we get to the foliage, can
The
I
app
attempt
does
to
not support
stealth?
the homunculus.
Well, it's not like it's not continuous. It's just like seaweed,
I might
bundles of
have to
seaweed and stuff like
figure
that.
that out.
Okay.
But there's enough sediment in the. You could stealth anyway, although it would slow you to half your normal speed.
How close are we to where we know?
We think that we're less than an hour away.
Okay.
I like that it has a.
I'm gonna let you guys know, like, it's probably worth trying to be stealthy with how close nearby we are.
Well, and if you got mage armor, now's the time to cast it.
Yeah.
Why do I want to always put a O in there?
Homunculus? Because there is a O in there, but not where you think it is.
There we go.
Okay, so amongst this floating stuff, 5 strands of carnivorous seaweed come lashing through our group there.
Oh.
And 2 attacks sought.
Okay.
One for each arm.
I think they both hit sought. We got a 27 and a 23 to hit sought.
Yeah.
Check this out.
We got 12, 15 slashing damage.
All right.
And you are grappled. It's escape DC of 20. And then the second one does 13 points of slashing damage. And then one of them
Having the
attacks Famry. It's got a 24 to hit Famry
That's it.
for 21 points of slashing damage. And also grappled. And then 2 of them are attacking Shiv. We got a 20 and a 26.
Yeah, those both hit.
You know, I would request a deck change.
Wow. For 28 points of slashing damage and 21 points of slashing damage. And Shiv is also grappled. Alright,
So
so,
unconscious actually.
49
so
damage.
Shiv is unconscious at that point. Alright, and then
I'm
what
pretty
are we going to do at that point?
I want a deck change.
A deck change.
Dice change?
Can I cast Frostbite on?
So how many of these are there?
There are 5. 2 of them are wrapped around you, 1 of them wrapped around Famry, and 2 of them are wrapped around Shiv, who is unconscious at the moment. They are not mobile,
Very
right?
unconscious.
But you are grappled at the moment.
Can I cast Frostbite on one of the ones that are on him?
On who?
One of the ones on Shiv.
What does frostbite do?
It causes a numbing frost to form on one creature that you see within range. Target must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed saving throw, the target takes 1d cold damage and has disadvantage on its next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its turn.
Okay, it's going to fail its Constitution saving throw. They don't have a Constitution.
Okay, so 3 points of cold damage.
Okay.
It should be 2d6
So we-
because you're past 5th level.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, you roll.
I just was reading whatever the thing is, but I rolled 2.
You did
So-
3 points of cold damage? Okay.
Yeah.
And what about Boom Boom? What's Boom Boom going to do?
Agonize over whether using a fireball?
Underwater, they got resistance, don't they?
Yeah.
You.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It still does half damage, but it gets all 5 of them. And
But you're
guys
gonna
are
hit
always-
anyone who's grappled as well.
Uh-huh.
They're going to fail their dexterity save.
Oh, they automatically.
Well, and Shiv's unconscious.
Yeah, they have a
so
0
that's
movement.
death save.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know if it.
Yeah, these are just plants. They're immobile, really.
I think once we get
I
moved
mean,
away, we'll
I'll
be
keep
fine.
spamming it so that I
Yeah,
can
but-
at least get him loose.
I don't think it's necessary to hit all of us, but up to you.
I don't see a way to.
Eldritch
Okay.
Blast.
No,
Yeah.
it's-
Well, your 3 points of cold damage seem to do very little as far as damage goes, just so you know.
Yeah, because I did 3 points.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the only cantrip I have that I can spam, so.
Yeah.
I've got guidance and thunderclap, and if I do thunderclap, it's gonna hurt.
My personal favorite is create bonfire.
I love Thorn Whip. I tempted to take the feat just to get Thorn Whip.
Well, we'll come back. What's Slop going to do?
I'm gonna Elder Class 1 on. Follow his suit and
Okay. Armor class 10.
10. I managed to actually miss once. And where's the egg?
Didn't Eldritch Blast the detail?
Yeah, you're right. Don't want a second. 14 points of damage.
Okay. And what's Slop going to do?
How big are these things?
Well, they're like, I guess technically they would be huge, but they're like really long. They like come up from the seabed, and we're just sort of floating there, and then come out and lash around.
So would I have disadvantage if I went to attack them right now, or would I be able to attack them right now?
Yeah, you can attack them. You're just grappled. You're not restrained.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go ahead and Giant's Might and attack.
Okay.
I'll attack one of the ones on me. All right. That's
One class
gonna
10.
hit.
Sorry.
It's gonna be 15 points of damage. Let me see. I'm gonna roll attack again. It's gonna hit. It's gonna be 9 points of damage.
Okay.
That'll be it.
What about Famry?
To remove myself from grapple is gonna be an action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'll just speed it up. I'm not restrained, so I can use quarterstaff.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna re-roll that 1 for another 1. Magic. So that first strike misses.
That's remarkable.
Second one's at 18. You said it's DC 10 or AC 10.
Yes.
For 9 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
And let's see. We're underwater. I'm using quarterstaff underwater. That's at disadvantage.
That's disadvantage.
Right.
But it's only armor class 10.
Oh, I still need to re-roll it. Just see. I'm gonna re-roll that 1.
He had a 20 and a 1.
Yeah.
So then the disadvantage would have been 16 or other stuff. The quarterstaff would have hit.
Okay.
And then on the unarmed strike, I rolled a 20, but I think unarmed strike's also disadvantage.
Yeah.
So it's very unlikely. I did get a 10 though, so I do.
That's what you need.
Do hit the
Yeah, they're not hard to hit.
for 10 points of lightning damage.
Okay. So you did 9 and 10.
Yes, and then I'm gonna flurry of blows.
We all feel that. Oh.
So you missed with 1 attack, and then
Yes.
hit, and then flurry of blows. Okay.
Yes, and that will hit for with the disadvantage for 5 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
That will be my turn.
Then a death save.
Gotta get shit out of there.
We gotta get ourselves out of there first.
True.
Yeah.
We're like both like hitting at them as they grab us.
And I guess my homunculus can
Oh yeah, your homunculus is there.
it can attack, so it will.
Is it able to administer potions?
Yeah.
Yeah, but can you administer potions to somebody that's unconscious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
No, your homunculus definitely could administer or give you a potion.
Oh, like on
It's
ground?
just like basically popping it, opening it up, and popping it in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's-
So a potion of healing does not have to be swallowed.
It can be
It's-
rubbed on.
Yeah, it could be.
It's
Right.
it specifically says it's administered.
You,
Oh, right.
You do have to get like a certain amount on them.
Well, because there's an alchemy
split potions.
infusion you can make, which is basically this balm,
Mhm.
and it just heals every area.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But- Yeah, so your homunculus could administer potions just like familiars and pets can. Well, not pets, I guess.
you should be able to just roll.
Most people say I drink a potion of
So
healing.
you can just
But-
reduce the
but really,
down to one.
it's an abstraction.
Right.
Okay, from now on, I'm pouring it on my head.
You just shatter one on yourself.
Thanks, you barbarian do that.
Yeah, just, it's always worked for me. Everyone's like, what?
If they're grappling us, do they get a free attack on their turn? Like they don't
No.
need to.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Just
That-
keeps you from moving.
So that's different.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm conscious now.
Okay. And then you could take your turn then. Your homunculus could have done it before your turn.
Okay, and what's the skill to escape on this?
Acrobatics or athletics. And there,
Not
but there,
athletics.
but there are two that have you grappled.
You say it's not athletics. Oh, okay. Never mind. I was looking at Arcana. I thought you had a +3 in both. No, you do not.
Okay, so I have to roll twice?
You can just tap them.
Yeah, I guess it's good.
I think so. Yeah.
And you press and hold for. That's.
Would you be able to? So, are you able to roll both times in one turn, or would it have to be like succeed one? And
Yeah,
succeed
you have to
the-
succeed one and then to succeed.
You have to get.
Well, no, I think you're trying to escape them both at the same time.
Yeah.
You do have to make 2 checks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you'd be able to attempt both at the same time.
Yeah.
Like because you're trying to slip out of both of them.
Yeah, it's a fringe situation for sure.
Right.
You could go several ways on that.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, I can see.
Next.
5 and 10.
Okay, so
In all fairness, I just woke up. I can't swim.
looks like one hits Sought for 25. The one who is grappling Thamri, I am going to change dice. Hits him for 10 for 20. And the two that are grappling, I've got a 17 to hit. Okay, they both miss. Back around
I
Boomer.
upgraded my armor. It only took me up 1, but worth it.
Full hit for 17 points of damage.
Okay, that one's looking pretty ragged now. That's one of them
Still there.
on.
Quicker than another one.
When we're done, I'm going to take some of these plants and roll it around that tuna we just got and eat it.
Thank you, ceiling grab.
22.
Right, one of them that was grappling Shiv is now like obliterated, just floating towards.
I think we
that
take
one.
it back.
What
and sell
is
it to the
I'll go ahead and turn it to a shark and charge to try to grab him out.
Oh, you're gonna try and drag him out? Okay, this is DC 20 strength, or athletics, or acrobatics. Well, it'd just be strength pulling out, or athletics pulling out. Yeah. Which would be strength if you're not proficient in it.
Yeah, I don't think a shark's proficient in it, but
Yeah.
he's strong.
Is there a way to add a familiar to your character sheet?
Not really. I mean, you can, but no.
Okay.
21.
What
So.
you do is you have to be
All
on
right,
the
so
website.
the shark comes up, kind of gently grabs you, and pulls you.
No, he's probably full blown in the mouth.
Just like it's like a drive by.
like
where
a
you just-
golden retriever grabbing a duck.
Yeah, it
So
just
basically
drive
what
by,
you do is
picks you up, and just takes
It's
you.
under extras.
Are extras? Where would you get the extras?
Well,
Sock. What's sock?
it's past notes, I guess. I don't know how it
So
works.
I'll go ahead
Just
and use a
keep
Extras.
potion
Extras.
of greater
Okay.
healing,
Okay.
And then if you,
and I'll use my bonus
Manage
action to
extras.
invoke my heal room.
and then one of the categories is familiar.
Gives
And then
me
you go versus
resistance.
filter and
Resistance,
on
okay.
each one.
Anything else from sock?
No, because I can't move. So
Family's turn.
4, 8, 10, 16.
I'm gonna continue beating up on it.
Okay.
It's thinking about it.
Armor class 10 is what.
Alright. So the first one is sadly a 22, so that hits.
That'd probably be the bear.
It doesn't show all the other stuff.
So ignore this roll because I
You
managed to
gotta put
roll a
that.
crit, but since I have disadvantage,
Oh.
so it's
Why are you rolling? I didn't have anything to roll.
you shake it. That'd be 12 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
Yeah, I shook it.
It's still together, but it's looking pretty damaged at that point.
Taking my second swing. 17 to hit
Yeah, armor class 10.
for
I don't think I've ever noticed
10
that
points
extra
of
tab
bludgeoning.
before.
Okay. It's still
I haven't used it
alive.
until I turned into a druid.
then I'll
So you
use
figured on
the,
mine.
martial arts
All the different
for
changes.
that extra attack.
When I was playing
And
Druid, I was doing
re-roll
it
that
over
one.
Discord, and so I just in the web browser I just had another tab for change
That
shapes,
hits.
and at every shape change I'd use bookmarked.
Yeah, that's what I got right here. So
Yeah.
And it does the same thing.
I think I
Just-
rolled, was it like a 12 and a 1. Or... Can I bring up the chat so I can read that? Yeah, I rolled a 12 and a 1 and then re-rolled the 1. Got a 19, so I hit with that one. So
Okay.
for 9 points of lightning.
Alright, that one is no longer a plant. It is now just a flurry of leaves and twigs. And then you still have your movement.
Oh, how?
There are two that are wrapped around Sot, but he's free, and that's it.
Because there were 2 on me, 2 on him, and only 1 on you.
Are both the
So
ones that
you're
were on
free.
him gone now?
Well, one of them didn't take any damage, but as long as you stay more than 10 feet away from it, it can't do anything. It's just a carnivorous vine at that point.
Let's swim over to Sod.
Okay.
And I don't know if I can flurry of blows.
You took the attack action.
Yeah, you
so
can- you can still flurry.
You can flurry of blows if you
Doesn't
want.
have to be the same target.
Yeah, as long as you spend the key point.
Yeah, but I'm wondering about attacking, then movement, then attacking.
Yes.
Yeah, you can. You can break up. You can break up your attacks too, like your normal attack.
Yeah.
Gotcha. In that case, I'll go for the flurry of blows again to get one last strike in.
You can slap everybody in the room.
Apparently.
Hey, and if you have mobile, you won't provoke whenever you go to leave too, as long as you slap them.
Well, if you have surprise, apparently you don't provoke.
No, you don't. No, they can't take reactions. Yes.
So that's an
the
11.
best combination.
11 to
Maxi swashbuckler, and then levels and monk.
So,
And then the feats like he's taking.
so that's 9 points of lightning.
Your movement rate up
Okay.
there.
One of those on Sot is looking pretty ragged at this point.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. And then Shiv's turn.
Well, I don't want to get close, but the ones that are fighting him, are they injured at all?
One of them is very injured and one of them is uninjured.
Well, I'm going to shoot one of the injured ones with a Toll of the Dead.
Picked up mobile.
Let me see. Let me read this.
I'm gonna say, do they have to be able?
Just
I mean,
this creature I can see.
Yeah, these aren't technically creatures.
Oh, now a bell fills the air, so maybe I can't do it underwater.
Well,
Well, these aren't creatures actually. They're mindless plants.
well, and I would think they would have to be able to hear.
are they?
Or no, it's not the bell
Well,
that's
they
causing
have to-
damage, is it?
Yeah, they would have to have a wisdom that you could attack.
What would you
In that
consider
case-
them if they're not creatures? Then,
In that case, I'm just going to heal
Pain.
myself.
because they're a plant, but
Painful.
I guess plants aren't
They're
creatures.
carnivorous plants.
Yeah, they're
It's like a Venus
Carnivorous
flytrap.
seaweed. Okay.
a very starting to get into something.
We got a 21 to hit Sot and a 12 to hit Sot.
So 1 hit.
For 23, But he has resistance now.
Yeah.
So, boom, boom.
Just get soft loose.
So
and
both of them are still on
swing
side?
away.
Yes.
Have you ever
There's
resisted
two.
plants? Is it
Well,
called-
technically, there's a third one that's completely uninjured, but it's immobile, and it's not. There's no one that it has grabbed. So
I mean, I guess technically, if we just all get out of range, we could theoretically kill them all out of range if we wanted to.
Or just leave.
Swimming.
yeah, the trick here is to just get everyone at free, and then
I'm gonna
once you're
go
more than 10 foot away from any one of them.
I'm gonna get glass.
Okay.
The injured one.
Okay.
2 hits for 6, 10, 14.
Okay. It's still together.
Well, I guess that if the goal was just to get out of the lines, I could have gotten done with those like 2 turns.
What is
I'm just gonna keep swimming with him.
okay? So you're just going to swim away.
Get more distance.
Okay. What's Sock going to do?
All right up the lines.
Okay.
Alright, that's. I need 2 successes, right?
Oh yes, to try and get away. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I have advantage on strength
Right.
checks. Yeah, that's gonna be.
220s at least.
Yeah, that was a 27
Okay.
and then a 20.
So Sock breaks 3 of the 2 grappling vines, gets more than 10 feet away, and then we can just
Yeah, that's.
crossbow them or eldritch blast them.
I'm just gonna look at you guys. I thought we were killing them, huh?
And then in your head is like, why?
I'm just gonna pick some of them up as like seaweed.
Yeah.
Obviously, to wrap in our tuna.
Can't have tuna
Come on
without a
now.
seaweed
I
wrap.
mean,
Turns out it's heavily
you see
poisonous.
that seaweed over there?
Tuna
It's not-
and seaweed wrap.
It's trying not to eat you over there.
Okay.
Yeah, but these, I bet you taste better.
Probably poisonous.
So.
And there's nothing threatening us right now. And this is kind of like an obscure area with all this foliage around. So we
Short
can
rest.
take a short rest before we actually go into the
Yeah,
ruins.
I'll cough up the kobold like a hairball.
All right. So we're going to take a short rest at that point.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put a storm.
Make sure that I don't run out of video here. So
Definitely think that I'm not. That greater healing came in a little longer.
I was just trying to get people away. I figured
yeah.
maybe
Well,
that's
like I said, if
I think I did a bad job of explaining what was going on there. Yeah. The trick is just get everyone free and then just.
I thought there was something else that was going to happen. That's why I was getting ready to fight.
yeah.
Who all needs healed? Everybody?
I'm on it. Full, so I'm good.
Yeah, I need healing.
Saw and I think probably Shiv needs healing. Maybe family too.
I'm within 6. I'm probably okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because I've only got 21.
Now I'm 9 down, and I think that's.
Oh, I can use my second one before a short rest. That'll help.
Yeah.
I was trying to save some healing dice for somebody. There's 9 plus second level.
Did you blow all your hit dice?
No, not this time, thankfully. Most of them, but not all of them.
There's 13 for somebody.
I will take them.
Yeah,
Okay.
3 away from all of them.
I still have quite a few hit dice. And I can cast a heal, so. And I don't have anything else to do with second level slots, really.
It's like I get my hit points raised and I haven't been touched once.
It's really super sensitive to the shaking today. Everything I do is rolling.
Oh, the phone?
I got Parkinson's over here.
I
That's
think
not
there's
bad.
a way you can turn that off. I don't know how to do it though.
I only use 3 hit dice. It's not bad.
Are you full?
Yeah.
Everybody full? Because I got spell slots I can spend.
I'm 9 down, so if you got like a 1d8 plus loss, that would work.
Like a level 1
Yeah.
spell slot, probably.
To the website, it shouldn't be able to tell I'm shaking.
Are we ready to go into the ruins themselves?
It's not working because it's saying you're shaking your phone.
No, it's auto rolling every time I shake,
Oh.
Like,
which doesn't make any sense because I'm on the website, which shouldn't be able to tell that my phone's moved unless Chrome is really messing up, which wouldn't surprise me. I'm having that kind of day.
uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the drink from downstairs. Anyone want? One.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, give me another one of these.
Also, just some water.
There's your healing.
Might drop a couple of
Take a
cubes of
minute
ice
to
in there.
roll.
Too. You don't have to do that indoors. Fridge
So you
door,
got
right?
6.
Nice.
I was out walking with the geese and turkey today.
Oh.
For some reason, there is a wild turkey at one of our storage facilities, and 2 geese decided to join it, just hanging out there, and I had to walk between them.
It's the asshole brigade. None of those birds are nice.
Did you get?
Well, they were chirping at me, none of them did anything. And
Well,
I was literally within about 10 feet of
no,
all
I'm
3 of
6
them at the
down.
same time.
Okay. I'll trade you the 6 if you roll something higher.
Okay, that's fine. That's a little
I was
much
worried
to me.
about one of the geese. It was barking at me as I was walking by the other geese.
Okay, hold on. I gotta.
The only way it could have been worse is if there was like some ducks there too.
Like Chesapeake, all over the campus there, they have warning, geese are evil. And there's geese all over that campus.
And I guarantee you, you hit one of those geese, you're getting a huge ass fine because they're protected.
Are they really?
Yeah, Canadian geese.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you roll there?
My uncle.
My tablet was acting up, so
Nice.
I had to.
They're not good birds as far as food goes. It's like anything you think. Like they make terrible. Like you can't stuff them like a turkey. You can't. I mean, any
There you
other
go.
way you eat a bird, it's not good. But they do make good beef stroganoff.
So you got 6 and he got 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get 6.
Wow.
You see the turkey and the 2 geese?
Yeah.
So now I'm just 1 hit point down. I think I'll manage.
I was
Well,
driving once. I hit a
As long
wild
as we don't
turkey.
run into a whole bunch of people
least that's
that
the story
have
I told the
advantage on you
cop.
for being 1 hit point down.
I did actually hit an owl, but not a turkey.
You also
And I didn't tell anybody about the owl. Go to jail.
You said we're getting close to the ruins.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Well,
actually,
now you've told
from this
people.
point in the foliage, you can
I heard
see
nothing.
where the former village kind of starts. Like you can see the remnants of the coral and
Besides, he's talking about
ivory
10 years ago, the statute
and
of
wooden
limitations
structures.
was expired.
Oh,
that
yeah.
are now like just
About,
that
about
are now
20 years ago,
just
my house
husk of
used a BB gun to
of,
shoot at owls.
some sort of hovels. That's so it spreads out in front of you there.
They were eating our chickens.
Why? Did you want to?
Well, they're eating
I'm
the chickens
saying
who
if I
are
wanna
stuck.
cast freedom of movement on somebody.
Oh,
It was an accident. They were babies.
I'm going to go ahead and cast freedom of movement on you.
Very nice.
Um,
I am flying. I've got a movement speed of 55.
all right.
I figured give you some.
Did you?
I've got one more 4th level spell. I could give it to somebody else, or else try to do charm monster, and then we can tie that Leviathan up.
I say you do the charm. That's the best bet.
That's if it works.
And if it doesn't work, well, I have to unconscious it.
Let
Unconscious.
me attack it first.
I'm not so good at the unconscious thing, but if you tell me in advance,
Yeah, let me attack first.
We tried to tell you in advance, and then you shoot while we're telling you.
Oh, I've already sat it down. I said if we're going to be trying to capture the Leviathan, we can't be using bows and magic on it.
We got, was he paying attention, or was he like staring at like his little
What do we
pig?
got going?
Like,
We are on the edge. We finished our short rest. We're on the edge of the ruins, and I think we're about to go in there. He just cast freedom of movement on the monk. So we start in.
So you've got that
So
for an
we
hour.
get through the outer ruins there. Like looks like you can't really tell what the buildings were. Just that there at some point, like you can see like the rings where there were some sort of structures that were built here. Who knows how long ago? And then in each person's mind, you hear a telepathic message that says, whatever language is your primary language, it says, you are not welcome here.
why not?
That's all it says. You're not welcome here.
So it doesn't respond.
No, it seems threatening. It seems like it was.
Why would they threaten us?
But I came to
story
pray,
of my life.
so I'll try to telepathically post out myself. But I wanted to come pray to your God.
What's the range on yours?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. Yeah, there's no response to you. We're going to continue
We got
on in.
Keep an eye out for an altar, boys.
I think this is one of those automated messages.
I'm gonna let the people that can move a little more freely take the lead,
Okay.
and I'm gonna fall back about 30 feet.
What about Boom Boom? Where's Boom Boom going to be in relation to these? And at this point, by the way, we can see about 60 feet through the darkness if you have the ability. It's dark, but the water is clear enough where if you can see in the dark, you can see out 60 feet in any direction.
What about my 90 feet? Dark vision.
It's
Yeah,
like
past 60 feet, there's too much sediment.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
too much dirt in the
I
water.
will be 60 feet back.
From
The front of
the
the
front of the group. What about Shiv and the homunculus?
We'll be hanging out with the druid.
Okay, so we
We're
got
not
two of you
really
up front,
visible.
these three, and then. All right, so
Because y'all got movement, so.
I got movement for days.
Well, he's got swim speed, so he's got movement.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
all right, so as we move in, the topography of the ruins changes very quickly. It goes from these very scattered signs of old buildings to now it looks like this was probably a pretty dense population, like a pretty dense community. Although all the structures are ruined now, but they were made out of coral, stone, and ivory. So they have held like the fundamentals of the structures have held. Can't tell what destroyed them. But we can tell that there were structures
We're
here.
walking, me and you were late.
All right. You take the little guy. I take the big guy.
And
Take all
so
of
then
them.
there's another telepathic message.
I know there's gonna be a nerd. so
I
you
told
beat the
you
nerd.
you are not here.
You go beat the
Uh,
nerd up. I'm gonna beat the big bully up.
You're not here. What do you mean I'm not here?
So how many of you faced the Neorsis at the end of Sot did I know, and
I think it was just the only
Just-
characters that have the experience that I don't think Boom Boom
Was
was.
that the last one of the last?
It was
Yeah.
the
whenever we
first,
went
it was
into
the first
when we went
dragon.
into the swamp.
Yeah, he
and
was
we
there for
found-
that.
Was Boom
The
Boom
very
in there?
last one I was there for.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Shiv has changed.
The
family
horses was the
Did-
first one.
Yeah.
We're talking about the
Oh,
very
first
first
one.
one.
The
No,
psychic.
I was only there for I think the last one.
Yeah, it was a psychic dragon basically.
Yeah. Deep Dragon.
Yeah.
Okay, you two will recognize the voice then, the
Oh.
sound of the telepathic voice is that of Neorsis. Hey,
There's
bud.
the nerd.
And then I need a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw from everybody. Is there anybody who has proficiency in? There's no one who has. Oh, you do. You have proficiency in religion.
Yes.
So even though you don't recognize Neorsis, you recognize this effect as being a religious effect and can very quickly give everyone an omen to give everyone advantage on the saving throw.
Oh.
Alright.
So it's a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
I really appreciate that advantage because I got a 6 and a 20.
I'm gonna use my ability to
I will
reroll
accept
one.
the 17.
It's 16 psychic damage on a
Roll
failure
number one.
or 8
No,
on a
I
success.
hit the wrong button.
And you said that's psychic?
That's psychic.
I hit intelligence roll. Oh my goodness.
Did anyone fail the saving throw?
I'm pretty sure I did. Was it higher than 10?
Yes.
Yes, it's a
Then,
DC.
yeah.
It's a DC 15, and then your homunculus will have, and you don't have your familiar here, right?
I rolled
but
a-
your homunculus.
I rolled
So
a
your
a
homunculus
6, a 1,
needs to
and a
make
7.
the DC 15 Wisdom saving throw as well.
I fail.
He made it.
And your imp will have to as well.
My pseudo dragon's like in my backpack.
Oh yeah, he had a pseudo dragon.
How did you guys do the dragon?
You
He
did.
just volunteered.
Oh yeah, that left a long time ago.
I did it.
Yeah, whenever you started killing dragons, he left.
Oh.
Yeah, he did not like killing dragons. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Well, he didn't ask what the dragons did either.
He didn't really care what the dragons did.
Did he at least,
He's a
partake in the?
racist.
Did he at least partake in with the in eating the dragon before he left?
No.
That may be why he left.
when you killed the bronze dragon, he was that was enough for him.
Yeah, he was. Fair enough.
Okay, so it's 16 or 8 psychic damage, and you said you failed by 8 plus.
No, I rolled a 9.
I mean by 5 plus. I'm sorry, I don't want to say that.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you have a 10 or less, then you have a curse, and at the beginning of each turn in combat, you have to make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw, or waste your turn doing nothing.
Is that something I can cure with
It is a curse.
is it greater
So it's-
restriction or lesser?
You should
Remove
remove
curse.
Remove curse. Hold on.
You said 16 or 8
You have to
damage?
remove curse?
Mhm.
You said 16 or 8 damage?
16 or 8 damage.
And if you have resistance to psychic, you have that.
You.
Yeah, I've got resistance to force. Not psychic, so.
Did it pop up and tell you that I cast it?
I don't think it's
It doesn't show
usually
anything, yeah.
yeah, it's ones with the
We got
And-
rid of that, so just forget it.
And then at the end, you guys can see like 15 feet ahead. All of these ruins, they come to a rather abrupt stop at what looks like was once the central plaza of this community.
I bet that's where we're gonna find stuff and things.
So we recognize the voices in yours.
Yeah, you
So-
three recognize that as, or you two recognize that as Neorsis.
So we got Neorsis over here, which means we almost guarantee you we have a shrine. So
we don't have Neorsis, you've got Neorsis. He's right there.
well, yeah, his son, his son,
his kid.
Yeah, his kid.
I'm gonna try
Oh,
to push.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's his kid.
I was thinking
I'm gonna ineffectually chug
Okay.
a potion.
And then are we gonna do anything else? Are we? First of all, is our intention to move into the plaza and see if we can't find a shrine or an altar or something?
Yes.
Yeah,
Next one isn't shit.
I'm only 11.
Your beef is with these two.
You only had 11 on you.
Can I do a perception?
You were there.
What are you?
Looking for the shrine.
Uh,
Or looking out for the
If there
shrine.
is a shrine, I guess.
Investigation.
well, there's the central plaza spreads out into the darkness there. It's kind of
I definitely imagine
obvious if that's kind of going to be the middle of things.
Yeah, if there's gonna be a shrine, it's gonna be in the central plaza.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
That's
the target for call landing?
I'll go ahead and start swimming towards the center so I can
Yep,
knock
same.
out the shrine because I'm the wisest of the bunch.
Okay, so the druid's going to take the lead, and then how the rest is going to be coming behind him there.
To give
I'll be right
How
behind
close do you guys want me? Because last time I tried to kill everyone.
Are you swimming in as a human form or a shark? Or?
Yeah, my dragon.
Be right next
I
to
don't
you.
know, these shrines do weird things to your head, okay?
I've never seen a shrine, I don't think so. Sure. Don't worry, I'll be right there for you. If you start like going crazy or something, I'll punch you in the back of the head. You're good.
So I'm swimming in to try to locate the shrine so I can take care of it.
Okay. And
I'll swim with them, or as close
the
as
three
I
of
can.
you are heading up front. What about the family?
And we stick in there, sod.
Oh, so the four of them are. What about the
60 feet behind.
60 feet behind, just at the edge of vision?
Boom boom is the
And
lonesome.
your homunculus is with you. And what about your familiar? Your imp? Your celestial imp?
45 feet off to the right, kind of forming a diamond.
Okay. So at the same distance back from you, but off safely to the side. All right. So sure enough, so you guys start swimming in there, and then
And he's carrying a potion of healing.
okay, and then you're now in the everyone is in the central plaza. So there's no the terrain is open. It's just like open water. And then coming into vision is a statue that is you would being proficient in religion, you would recognize it as kind of like a statue to Eadro. Like usually Eadro is a bipedal merfolk, and this one looks distinctly more fish-like, more like a locathah, and even has some draconic features about him.
I think this is a cult.
And we go into
What
initiative.
gave you that idea?
Like an offshoot of the actual religion.
Sorry, that was just the.
It's the
perfect-
draconic, everything else was adding up, and then he's like, draconic, that's not fish.
Well, I could have told you that one because Neorsis is a dick face.
Well, that's the funny thing. He doesn't have a dick face, so clearly What's the initiative?
Yeah, initiative.
So hold up.
What is Boom Boom at?
Merman, where you're the fish from the waist
And
up.
a 10.
Boom Boom is
Is it?
Hmm?
Merman fish from the waist up.
Mm-hmm.
They rolling an 8 or a 9.
Well, they
Or a 9 or a 6.
They have human legs on the back trying to swim.
yeah, merman. Yeah.
But you can breathe, so you don't have to worry about swimming good.
Will it still be considered a mermaid?
What is
24.
But you do. You're pretty bad.
Mermaids
swimmer
are female, and
the
well, I
merman.
guess merman.
Merfolk.
Well, merfolk are humanoid fishes.
your imp can either go
But
immediately
what if they got a fish?
immediately
with
before
human
you, or it
legs?
can
So
roll
it's
its own
still
initiative,
or
whichever you want.
a fish head with human legs, are they still considered a merman?
Immediately before.
Was it a merman?
What
is
what
like
what did
down
Kojax
there.
have? I'm sorry.
I would think they're more to be like a
24.
homunculus at that point. If it's,
What does Boom Boom have?
11.
I'm sorry, Saw. I don't know why I said Saw.
You just lowered boom booms in it. Well, lowered.
What is Thamri at?
22.
2 for Thamri.
Rolled pretty high this time.
And the curse was removed from you, right?
Yes.
And what is Shiv at?
9.
9. Okay. And
Yeah.
your homunculus can either go right before you, or it can roll its own initiative, whichever you prefer.
I think it should go just right before me.
For fear of rolling a 1 on initiative.
It can deliver touch attacks. Which is weird.
Yeah, because you can cast 30.
As long as I have my thieves tools out.
Okay, Kojax, you're first. So 60 feet ahead, you see this idol to oh man.
Is that approximately where we think that the
Ultimate.
shrine is?
That looks like what it is.
Okay.
So instead of a shrine or an altar, it's an idol.
Eldritch Blast.
I'm going to
Gotta mix it up. Gotta keep it fresh.
cast Call Lightning,
Okay.
and I'm going to start striking.
Is that a creature or a point?
It's a point.
Yeah, it's a point. So I'm sure an altar can't move. So right.
It's an idol. Yeah, it's a statue. It's like a big.
Assuming it's
It's like a
range.
human. It's like a humanoid, like a 5-foot statue that looks like a combination of dragon, merfolk,
Okay.
and
Well,
fish person.
It can't succeed a dex save, right?
It is immobile. That's correct.
Assuming it's a real statue, of course.
So it's 12 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
If it just gets up and starts running at you.
And I guess I'll keep moving forward. Getting closer to it.
And that was lightning. Okay. That appeared to do full damage to it.
Ooh. Yeah, I ran into a couple of these altars.
Surprising.
Okay. And whenever the lightning hits it, you realize there's a barrier around it, so it doesn't actually deal any damage to it, but that barrier does get weaker. It has like temporary hit points.
Oh, they've gotten long.
Anything else from Kojax?
They have
And
level
then, so you cast, and then what did you do? Where did you
No,
go?
Just kept moving forward.
Kept moving forward.
I moved another 15 feet forward.
Right.
'cause
The
that's
next
my-
level he gets a
Family's turn.
How far away is it?
60 feet.
Just short. I got 55.
Step of the land.
Yeah, I'm gonna dash at it using my bonus action, and then flurry of blows it.
Flurry of blows uses.
Oh
bonus
yeah,
action.
sorry.
You could bonus action dash and then
Martial
take 2
arts,
attacks.
I think,
Yeah. No,
No, martial arts
is-
bonus action as well. That's right.
Yeah.
It's flurry of blows that turns it from 3 to 4.
Right.
I would
But
have.
you can still dash and get 2 attacks in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have let everybody know that it seems like the shrines do have resistance to slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning.
Not bludgeoning, right? Bludgeoning was the one thing it was
Oh,
going
that's
to
right.
to.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Nobody had bludgeoning except for my hammer. I never ever got to swing it.
I'm rolling with disadvantage.
It's
Well,
a-
no, I'm not rolling with
So
disadvantage.
previously, the shrines and altars were immune to necrotic, poison, and psychic, and had resistance to cold, fire, piercing, radiant, and slashing.
Have resistance.
Resistance.
Doesn't have resistance to piercing?
Yes.
Yeah, piercing and slashing.
Yeah, it has resistance to cold, fire, piercing, radiant,
Hit it with
and
a
slashing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Thunder and
finding.
lightning bolt was the one that worked on it.
Yeah. Thunder, lightning, and bludgeoning. There's nothing it can.
Right, so it's 24 to hit. And
Okay.
for 9 bludgeoning?
For 9
Of course,
bludgeoning.
requires a target.
Right. And a 9 to hit.
Target creature.
That's going to miss. It's on class 14.
You missed a statue.
Well, it wouldn't necessarily be that it missed. It's more like it's so hard
Yeah,
that you
so-
didn't inflict any damage. So
Didn't
it's
get through the the coral and ivory that it's
Yeah.
made out of to do damage. Anything else from Thamri?
No, that'll be my turn.
Okay, so then on initiative count 20, there is a blast of psychic energy focused on Thamri. I need a DC 14 wisdom saving
I'll
throw.
give him my inspiration.
Okay, so you have advantage on that. So DC 14 wisdom saving throw.
It's a bad time to lower my wisdom.
15 points of psychic damage on a failure, half on a success.
So that's 7?
7 on a success.
I rolled a 17 with the advantage.
Okay.
Thank you, because one of the numbers was 2.
All right, and then everyone within 600 feet that is conscious, that has a conscious mind, needs to make a DC 14 charisma saving throw, as it lets out this sonic yell, trying to scare you.
DC 14.
DC 14 charisma saving throw, taking 4 points of psychic damage on a failure, half on a success. If anybody has a 9 or less, I need to know that.
A 9 on this?
9 or less on a charisma saving
Did you
throw.
roll a 12?
No, I rolled
DC was 14.
DC 14.
Do I have something
It was
I
either
can-
4 or...
4 or 2,
And I have resistance to
so
psychic.
it'd be 1. Yeah, if you go 4, 2, 1.
Oh, is it psychic?
Yeah, it's psychic.
I rolled a 13, but I'm going to use the favorite of the gods to roll a d4 to add it to it.
Okay. Did anyone have a 9 or less?
Yes. I had a
Okay.
9.
So you take the 4 points of psychic damage, and you are stunned until the end of your next turn. Okay.
I'm trying to see if I had something I could do and I don't have.
Sot's turn.
Taking out my club.
Well, I know
Great
it's
club.
only
Take it for a beat
stunned
stick.
for a round. I
Yeah,
probably
taking
would've
my
taken
great
it
club
down
out
and
and
go
go
in
knock an
favor.
altar down.
Okay. It's 60 feet away. Can you move 60 feet and still attack?
I'll go ahead and action search.
Okay, so you're going to dash and then action search.
Yeah.
Okay.
Giant smite. That one's gonna miss. That one will hit. Great Weapon Master applies to the Great Club, doesn't it?
It's a great weapon, I think.
Because it's a heavy weapon.
Well, it's two-handed, right?
Oh no, it's two-handed and it's not heavy. Oh.
Well, so Great Club is not actually on the weapon list. It's in the lizard folk stat block, but it's not. But I think it would be a heavy weapon. Yeah.
Oh, it's registered as a weapon on.
You're probably
Is it? It's on D&D.
Yeah, it has a weapon, Great Club.
Is it listed as a heavy weapon?
It only says two-handed though. It doesn't
Oh, okay.
say-
Then, yeah. Then that
It
is.
doesn't say that it's a heavy weapon.
Yes, it's not a heavy weapon.
It's a great
It's
weapon.
surprising.
Have to be
Okay.
heavy.
That's fine.
That's interesting.
I believe it does have to be heavy to benefit from Great Weapon
Yeah.
Master.
Yeah, when you take down an adult dragon, we can turn one of its femurs into a club.
Oh, that's where that is. My infusions are under inventory.
Okay, so
That's useful.
alright, I deal 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay.
That's it for me.
Oops, that's right. 8 damage. Okay. It is Boom Boom's turn.
I don't have much to do. I'm gonna look around to see if there's anything else coming, any...
There's nothing else that's visible at this moment.
I don't want to use a spell, and we've already gone over the Eldritch Blast requires a creature to aim it.
Yeah.
Give it the other cantrips.
Yeah, I do.
A shocking grasp.
Acid splash.
Thunderclap.
Well, I think
Creature...
he has Word of Radiance, right?
Yeah, that'd require me to get in there close.
Yeah.
Creature see within range.
I was gonna say psychic damage for 600 feet, so it doesn't really matter real
Well,
close.
sacred flame. Creature
You
you
have
can see
a
within
spell
range.
sniper. That's only.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and slap it.
The mage hand can't attack.
Yeah.
He's doing it for flavor.
It can throw a rock.
Anything else from Boom Boom?
Oh,
No,
Okay.
just look around and
Shiv's turn.
I was mistaken with great weapon fighting. It only has to be a 2-handed weapon.
Oh, okay. What does that do for you with this?
I could have re-rolled the damage dice. I rolled
Oh.
2 2s when I was rolling.
Okay, you can roll the damage dice.
Yeah, that's all it was. I rolled 2 2s again.
Okay.
Oh well.
What is Shiv going to do? Shiv and his homunculus.
Well, I'm gonna
It's actually a
swim
lot
closer,
better
but
than
it's
I
gonna
thought
take
it
me a
was.
while, so
When I first got it.
I'm not gonna do much. Then my homunculus, I guess, is gonna shoot at it.
But since my giant's might ability is considered as part of that for
Or
Is
it
Great
has
Weapon
no
Master where
effect
you
one
can
way or
take the
the other.
-10?
Okay.
no.
Okay. That's
That's-
weapon fighting.
Just can't really miss something
Great
like
weapon fighting.
that.
Yeah.
Is the mine.
Back to Kojak's.
I hit it again with another bolt of thunder for 24 points of lightning. Sorry.
Anybody smell bacon?
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I missed something. So at the bottom of the round, what level spell is
Third level.
third level? Okay, so a bolt of energy comes up from the idol and dispels the call lightning.
Okay. Well, I'll cast it again.
Okay, and then you do 24 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does using your call lightning, or no, that would have been. I got you. It wasn't a reaction to you using a call lightning. This is something that happened earlier.
Yeah, it just happens at the bottom of the round.
It's like the initiative or the
Yeah.
layer.
It's at like initiative 0.
Right.
It's yeah, it's an
Layer.
initiative.
So I
Yeah.
thought you used an action. Use call like you.
You're thinking like a counter.
Family's turn.
But so
So does it look like that protective barrier went down?
Yes, we are through the barrier.
I am stunned.
Starting to actually knock chunks of it. Oh, that's right. So
You
the
got the
family's
still
turn.
or the what is the one where you
Stillness of mind, but that only works against charmed or fear.
So you're right up there in melee with it, and you're right there with melee with it. Okay.
Yes.
I've moved up, so I'm at 30 feet.
Right, so I need a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw from Sot.
Okay, I'm gonna use my inspiration to get advantage.
Okay. Take 5 points of psychic damage on a failure, and then it would go to 4 or for 2 or
What's
1.
the DC on that?
A DC 14.
Okay, yeah, I did fail.
And then
And how much damage it was it?
it was 5 to 1.
Oh.
And then I need another DC 14 charisma saving throw from everybody.
Oh,
For 8.
I'm gonna use my racial ability to reroll one.
Okay. So then it's 8 total psychic damage, half on a success.
You said DC 14,
DC 14 charisma saving throw.
not 13.
No.
Man, these rolls.
Did anyone so it was 8, 4, or 2. Does anyone have a 9 or less on the charisma save?
No, I actually.
Thankfully not.
Thankfully, I rolled a 15.
Okay.
So.
You said 8, 4, or 2.
8, 4, 2. And then your homunculus is gonna, and your imps have to make the
My
charisma
homunculus is
save.
mindless.
Is it immune to fear?
That's mindless, I would assume so.
Well, I don't, it would say under homunculus.
No, it doesn't say it's immune to fear, no.
Okay.
does it
That's what we're
mention-
protected against.
Does
this.
it mention
Okay.
That'd be
that?
hilarious.
It got a 20, so it's
Okay.
okay.
So
It
it would take
takes
4.
Four.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Or 4, 2.
Your homunculus is fear. Run away.
And Sock's turn.
Alright, I'll go ahead and go hit it.
Wait, this is a fear effect?
You're immune to it if you are immune to fear. Yeah.
Oh, but
And what was the damage again?
Oh,
Was it psychic?
8 for
8,
2.
4, 2. Psychic, yes.
but what if you're a halfling?
So I should be
It
getting.
is a fear effect.
So
you have advantage. If you have advantage for fear,
I do.
against fear, then you would have advantage against this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm at 2.
I hit with
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Makes
Roll
sense.
1. So that's gonna be 17 points of bludgeoning.
17 points of bludgeoning.
And then I'll hit it again.
Do you have advantage against Friday?
I have advantage against charm or frightening.
Nice.
4. Another 11 points of bludgeoning
Okay. You
damage.
knock its head completely off. And the psychic energy
No.
is still around.
Babe Ruth.
Altars.
Wait, that's one rip or tear or whatever. You could cast mending. I don't know why you would, but you could.
Are you talking about repair? I'm gonna beat you over the head with this club just for mentioning that.
While they're discussing
Hey,
that, I
maybe
am actually going to
magical
cast
effect.
mending. Because it takes a minute.
Alright, so you start casting mending.
Maybe the statue doesn't.
Is anyone else going to do anything while he's casting mending?
Why are you casting mending?
What is
Because
homunculus?
my
His homunculus.
homunculus took
Oh,
damage.
homunculus. I thought you were casting on the statue.
Yeah.
I'll
Mending
just-
repairs your homunculus.
I'll just take the next minute to fully make sure that the idol is.
Who needs healing? Because I got 10 minutes on this spell, so I don't want to sit for an hour.
I'm good with keep going. As I like pummel this altar, an idol a few more times, I'm like, I can keep going.
I've got 30 points now.
Okay, I'll hit you with a second level 2 wounds.
I'll go ahead and pop my.
13 points.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead
And
and
I've got
pop
a
my
potion
second wind.
of greater healing I could use.
That way.
Unless you got you just want to get rid of healing spells.
Well, I mean, I'm trying not to blow all my spells, but
Yeah,
I
that's
have,
fair.
I have hardly any use for my second level spells, so I try to use those for healing.
The lightning is good. So I'm good to keep going.
I got 10 minutes on it, so.
I guess so.
17 points down. I'll take that potion of greater healing, I think.
Yeah. So
44,
what
6,
we have here.
max of 20.
Uh,
That's not much voice.
I'll read the box here. So at the center of the ruins, an idol has been placed in the former community town center. The structures around the shrine show recent signs of repair to the coral. It looks like someone is trying to rebuild this. And there are 2 like cavernous openings in the seabed. They look like they're big enough for a huge or smaller creature to easily fit through.
You can get huge, can't you?
Easily.
I will go short form and start swimming.
So the question is, do we want to go through one, or do we want to go through both?
Splitting up's a great way to kill the party.
So let's put
I'll be okay.
let's put all the spellcasters in one and all
Yeah,
the
so-
fighters in the other.
So me and you will go down the one on the right. Everyone else will go down the one on the left, and then we'll see who comes out at the end.
Well, I'm just swimming forward.
That's
so
your
better
plan.
follow.
You guys start down the one on the left, and we'll start down the one on the right.
No. You guys go left. We go right.
Okay. You
Are
go
we
right,
splitting?
we'll go left. No, we're just gonna follow them.
I believe
They'll just think we're in the other one.
I believe I'm pretty much taking the lead. So.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm
I'll go
going
on the right side.
So the 100 shark
Yeah,
starts
we're going
swimming
on
down
the
the
right.
right one,
Yeah.
and Sot's right there with him. What about Fenrir, Shiv,
I'm
and,
following as best I can.
Be
and the
up
homunculus?
in
If you
front.
want, you could have grabbed
So
the
these,
hole.
he's considerably slower than everybody else.
If you want, you could have grabbed the hole.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could
you
have
could
grabbed
ride
the
the
whole
shark.
to literally.
Yeah, I'll ride the shark.
Okay.
Actually,
What
I
about-
probably could have grabbed him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
he's
How far behind?
actually the only person he can't ride is.
What's the visibility in the cave?
Yeah,
60
might be-
feet, the same as
might-
it's
Right.
Okay.
no need.
Actually,
Actually, make it 30 feet.
yeah. So it would kind of vary between like 40 feet
So we're
and
gonna
80
get
feet.
reduced person.
Because there's no sediment in there, but there are curves as you go down the tunnel.
What does that reduce your weight to?
Let's go
I don't know.
45 feet.
45 feet.
Yeah, 45.
Okay.
What does reduced person reduce your weight by?
Usually like half or a quarter is a bunch.
Okay.
Because you can reduce yourself and use mage hand to.
If you're like a gnome, yeah.
All right. So we are
Well,
heading
it's
down
open,
the
so
tunnel
It's
there,
small enough that you-
and
You need to
Neorsis once again projects into your minds. Said, you have stepped on my plans too many times, mere mortals.
Yeah.
We got another altar, boys.
You can
I
suck
need
on-
Get the clubs out.
I need a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw from Sot.
Oh no. Alright, here goes
You
nothing.
got it. You're gonna roll high.
This would be
Oh!
17. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say that would have been a good time to have inspiration.
I was thinking about that, and I was
Well,
I was thinking, is there something else I can do? Because inspiration is a little harder to come by.
I'm gonna have to try to figure out something to deal with
Okay,
this.
so
Change my spells. I now had dispel magic.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing to
A
know.
backup plan.
Yeah.
so we continue on down the tunnel. Is that right?
Yeah.
Get dispel magic,
Let me
and
know
then
how
worst
close
comes to
you
worst,
get on my-
revivify.
My 10 minutes for my.
1/8.
For your call.
What's your weight right now?
20 pounds.
Well, it would depend on whether you wanted to wait for him to cast his mending or not.
Well, mending takes 1 minute.
Yeah.
So.
You can cast mending while he's on my back.
Well, that would extend it another minute. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, I guess.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah, you could cast it while he was riding on you. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
You're 2.5 pounds when you do that.
So you can fly around the mage hand.
Okay. So we are heading down the tunnel.
To the brain.
Yes. And then about 40 feet coming up the tunnel from the other direction is a sea serpent. And he looks mad. And we go into
Is this the one
initiative.
we're taking alive?
Yeah, this is the one we're supposed to take alive.
Wait, we're supposed to take one alive? Aw.
Of course, I go. I feel like all these creatures always
Use your inspiration to reroll your initiative.
right.
You need to pick up the alert feat. And
I've seriously thought about it. It might be what I pick up.
I think it was like the
What is
greatest
Boom Boom
play.
at?
11.
Hmm?
It was like
That's
the
pretty good for
greatest
Boom
play right there.
Anything over 10 is high for Boom Boom. Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
It goes better when you're at the end of the round because then you can react to everything.
You should take the luck feat.
But in this case, where we want to
what
subdue it,
is-
I
you get
really want to go
26.
first to put some damage on it for you guys to subdue it.
You get 3 luck points per long rest. Man.
Yeah, I know.
And you can use it basically to reroll.
I'm thinking maybe the next feat I'll pick up will be that Bountiful Luck.
That'll let.
Bountiful Luck.
Doesn't that allow you
What
to
is-
have other people reroll?
Yeah, but it means I can't use
I
the
got
lucky
none.
until the end of my next turn. So it's like I'm giving up
You got
my luck to
9?
give you
No.
1 reroll.
Yeah.
What is Stanley at?
12.
Which I don't know. I could see as being can be pretty good.
Yeah, and for those moments, like, I can't
Well,
use
'cause-
it for, if they crit, but if, like, you're doing a will save and you roll a 1, I could be like,
What
yeah.
is?
Well, I've got us covered for attacks as
18.
long as you stay within 60 feet of me. I have a shield that I can use. Well, I can only use it once, obviously, for
Yeah.
reactions, but
Kojak, you are first.
Call lightning. That's 14, please.
Okay. Can you move it that far? We're like 90 feet down this tunnel.
it covers.
I mean, you can always recast it, I guess, but I don't know if you can just move it.
Well, is it an 120
I
foot
think we've been
area?
through this. I don't think you can move it at all.
Well, no, but it covers a 120 foot area. I believe
Yes.
is what it was.
Yeah, but that's only a 60-foot radius, right?
Hold on.
Math is hard.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll just
Well, it's not.
Recast it.
It's
Okay.
not 120 foot diameter though. It's 120 foot area.
I know.
I'm just trying to get some damage off.
I'm just saying, I don't
Once it
know
starts looking
it may
bad,
be
I'll
120
start
foot
hitting it
radius,
with
maybe 120 foot diameter.
But it says area, so it's wrong either way.
We're not using pi in any of our calculations.
Why not?
Yeah, you're right. It was a 60 foot.
60 foot radius.
Yeah.
Alright. I think it would be funny if we divided by 2 pi r.
What is the DC?
14.
14.
But no, that is the formula for area. We divide the radius by 2 pi.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. No.
24 or half.
24 or half.
Are you trying to get the area?
Try to get the radius. So you divide the area by 2 pi.
Yeah, basically
Oh.
6.
I didn't realize that if
Six?
it's storming.
Oh yeah.
Is it
So
stormy outside?
120 divided by
Yeah, it's,
essentially 6 is.
Right, but I didn't realize that if it is stormy, then
Which
you
puts
can
it in the
actually
same
do
category as
60
scary.
damage.
Which is a 20 foot.
Anything else from Codex?
Since I'm in shark form, I'll go ahead and swim up closer.
Okay. You could get right up in melee with it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It just sort of rounded a corner like
And you did
35
say that
feet,
it's
30 feet away.
a large creature, correct?
It is a huge creature.
So it's bigger than me. Because I'm large.
Use the net.
Can't
Why not?
you can't use the net on creatures that are bigger than large?
Can we cast a large person on the net?
It's not a person.
Yeah.
Just
Now
disappointing.
we could cast reduce on the creature.
Reduce has no positive.
Okay, so you swim up next to it,
Reduce?
and
So it's basically the tech. Because it used to be an increase your AC as well.
Yeah. No, it's purely a debuff now.
I was going to reduce myself and make myself tiny, but it's not. There's no advantage.
I mean, you can hide
Yeah, I have a
like
12 AC.
really well. To be fair.
So as he swims up next to it, the water around Shiv becomes frozen,
Oh.
and you are currently grappled with an escape DC of 14. While you're grappled, you are restrained.
Grappled by the ice. So you're grappled and restrained.
So remember the plan. Go find the nerd. Okay?
And then,
I got the big fish.
I mean, he's a nerd, but I don't think we're supposed to beat him up, right?
No.
Then on initiative count,
The nerd that we talked about.
the call lightning. That's still a third level spell. Okay, that's dispelled. And
I don't see no nerds. Go you. That's why
and
you
it
go
shifts.
fast.
So
and
you're
you
currently
find them.
restrained.
Can you use acrobatics to try to escape?
I'm going to
Acrobatics
hit.
or athletics.
I'm going to hit it with a fairy fire.
Okay,
You're restrained, though.
that's okay.
You can cast spells.
Yeah, you can
restrained.
cast spells and
DC
attack
14.
Oh.
Dex.
Okay, it succeeds.
There you go.
Okay.
Did you
I
pass
need
that?
this one also.
And
Huh?
I passed, but I'm in like right
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you would be
How?
effective.
I'm going to have my homunculus make an
sense?
attack also.
Where did you pull that?
Oh, so your monk
Oh,
will
if you
swim
hit
up and attack it.
conditions and
I
top
I
right.
assume it's
Oh.
hanging on to me.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
you tap it,
it
it
is.
will open up what it is.
Yeah, no.
So it's like you could be tied up in a rope or whatever, but you can
Okay,
still cast
so
a
at
spell.
the
Like
end of your
Yeah,
turn,
requires the somatic part.
unless you specifically attack their hands.
Yeah.
well, even if you tap their hands, they're only restrained.
Well, no, because if you tap their hands, they can't do the finger wiggle things.
So you think.
It's just,
Sorcerers.
they can do the finger wiggling through the rope and.
Okay,
Let's see.
Naruto is a good example. If you tie their hands up, they can't do the.
Yeah,
Thamri needs to make a DC.
he's in ice. He shouldn't be able to do it.
Thamri needs to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, and this is a spell. It's blindness, deafness.
This is what I get for questioning. 14.
So you want to check the bonus there on fairy fire?
Fairy fire doesn't give you. Oh goodness, it's just verbal.
Just verbal.
That's amazing.
So you
Major
are.
spell components
So you're
are-
blind at the moment. Okay.
Prefer blind fighting.
Okay,
Blind
so
fighting's later level.
you were 40 feet back, 45 feet back. Okay.
Blinded and deafened, or just blinded?
Just blinded.
I'm pretty sure in that one.
Okay, so he breathes out a rhyme breath down the tunnel there, which is going to affect everybody except for the imp and Boom Boom. It is a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Does this require sight?
You suffer no penalty for being blind.
Alright.
It's Constitution.
You said it was
Fortitude
14,
to
right?
resist it.
And this isn't a trap or
No, it's a breath weapon.
it's 3.
Oh, I got 14.
So
I
what's
think
the
that's just
penalty
what I
for
need.
if you fail by like 10 or less?
There's nothing on this one.
It's
It's
just
just damage.
damage.
It's just a dragon's breath.
Oh, good.
For
That's-
I am rolling like worse than I think I've ever rolled in my life. Like I'm
It is
rolling one after one after
30
one.
or 30 points of cold damage if you fail, half if you succeed.
And when I'm not rolling a 1, I'm rolling 1 under what I need.
I'm gonna take my bonus action and take half of the half. So 7.
You mean your reaction?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, the element.
And then I guess your homunculus would take damage.
Yes.
This is
Well,
And
if
it has no chance of making that. So.
oh, doesn't
It has a no. It's not it's not Dex.
What do you mean it has no chance?
It has 6 hit points.
16. So
Yeah, but it has evasion, so
well, it's
it's
not
not
evasion,
the
it's
roll
Constitution
checks.
saving throw.
So it
Oh.
takes 7 and then goes on.
Oh,
dies.
okay, yeah.
Becomes a gem again.
Right, it's like
Family's turn.
a little ice cube, and you'd be like,
You're
I'll pick
currently
that out
blind.
This is not good. I can't see, but I can hear.
So swim to me and I will heal you.
Can you heal that?
Blindness?
Yeah.
No, that's your problem.
Lesser restoration will get rid of it. But you
That's
also
next
get
level.
you also get a
Lesser restoration takes minutes, though, doesn't it?
no, it's an
No.
action.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone has lesser restoration.
Not till next level.
Everyone's the only one.
But you also get another save at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
So right now you're blind, but
Do I get a save at the end of every turn, or just
yeah.
Okay.
Say then it lasts for a minute, and you get to retry a failed Constitution save at the end of each turn.
All right. In that case, I'm going to walk towards where I last saw it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Is it? Would I know if I'm close and I'm blind?
Yeah, he hasn't changed position. He's right there in front of the hunter shark.
I mean, I'm sure you could also
This is-
hear the slithering and.
Just go forward.
Basically.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could easily guide you to where the thing is. It's still right there.
Huge cave filled with huge snake.
How far away was he?
30 feet.
30 feet, so I can get there, and I'm gonna try to punch him.
Okay. Disadvantage because you're blind, but
Disadvantage on all of the attacks. Nice, so. Need to stop lagging out for a minute. What's the AC?
he is armor class 16.
Alright, so that first one's gonna miss. I rolled just one die, but I rolled a 15, so I can't possibly hit it. Second one's gonna miss.
Why can you not possibly hit on? Oh, because it
I,
has
I only rolled
it
one die.
wasn't
but
15 on the die. It was
yeah, 15 total.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
And that last one is a 24
That'll hit. Yeah, he's armor class 16.
for 8 points of
8 points.
Dude, he breathed the cold though, but breathing doesn't mean he has resistance to it. No.
Well, you could have found that. Then your sea serpents have resistance to cold damage.
They do. They have resistance to lightning.
No,
I'll do that.
only cold. Okay. So So 8 points of lightning damage.
And I can use a key point to do one more attack.
You can also try to stun him.
Blind. Oh, yeah, I'll try to stun him. It's DC 13.
Okay. And it's a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
He succeeds.
It's worth a shot.
Oh, I tried the fairy fire. Advantage is handy.
I'll go for that one more punch, I think. However unlikely it is.
You have disadvantage for being blind, but advantage because of fairy fire.
Very far failed.
Fairy fire fails.
Yeah.
I have a 21 hit. Well, I wouldn't get the benefit from fairy fire because I'm blind.
No.
Right.
It was neutral or even it out.
No, because like
No, because you can't see the outline.
you only get the benefit if you can see him. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because that's how.
I think that's in the fairy fire spell.
Yeah, so
Yes.
it's 21 to hit for 8 more points of lightning, and I'm going to try to stun him again.
Okay. He succeeds, right? What's the DC?
13.
Yeah, he succeeds.
Alright, and that'll be my turn.
Okay.
It gets advantage if the attacker can see it.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was in there.
I don't often run into blindness, that's for sure.
It's a fun ability. That's one of the best things about being an illusionist in old school D&D. Blindness. Good luck. Because in old school D&D, you couldn't hit anything if you were blind. I mean, it was like
What's all right? So
90% mischance.
see, restrain, blind.
We need somebody muted.
Okay, we're going to hit
No,
Boom Boom with a dispel magic.
let's see.
What level is
See here. No,
They
you need to be
have
deaf,
water
and
that's
certainly
water.
we need somebody
Huh?
muted.
Third level.
third level? Okay, so the water breathing goes away.
Oh,
So you will start drowning after a number of minutes equal to your Constitution modifier, and then you can
Is your
have a number of rounds after that equal to your Constitution modifier before you die.
Is your Constitution modifier positive?
Yes, 3.
Okay.
You got 3 minutes to figure out a way to breathe.
3 minutes or 3 rounds?
3 minutes.
And then
Yeah.
you get.
You can hold your breath for 3 minutes. Then you have the number of rounds equal to your Constitution modifier before you die.
I already did my bonus
Gotcha.
action. I could have sanctuary you. Made him roll, but
You got counter spell?
Okay, so that was standing, and it's Boom Boom's turn.
I would see Boom Boom like start holding his breath. Oh,
Boom Boom's turning, is holding his breath.
Oh.
Like,
What?
I just realized he can't use any purple components. Then could he?
Unless he wants to speed it up.
Would-
Because you
yeah,
have
he
to
has to
open-
hold his breath. Yeah, I don't know.
So now we have somebody muted.
That seems pretty harsh. He's already in bad space. I don't feel
Well, I
like
mean, I guess
piling
you
on.
could just like
Yeah.
take a quick
Mhm.
blurt something out on
Yeah.
the water still.
And that'd be
I don't- yeah, I-
round.
Like I said, he's already in a bad situation.
Well,
I don't see a need to
part
make
of
it
the
any
round for
worse.
that breath.
Okay. I was just waiting, then what I did. Okay, I'm gonna double over blast,
Okay.
and first one,
Armor class 16 is what you're for.
This is where silent
Which
spells would have came in handy.
I have silence now.
Oh yeah.
That was whether I use that or I double the elder
Oh,
blast.
uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
11 plus 8 is
Subtle spell,
19.
19, okay.
And does a 14 hit?
No, you're looking for
15?
16.
I don't think
So we
Silver
did
Boss
not
has
miss.
a purple component. Though, does
Okay.
it? Mm-mm.
Does it?
Anything else from Boom Boom?
That's it.
What about your imp?
The imp is gonna head up toward Dameron. It's a verbal and somatic.
Oh, is it?
it is. Wow. I always thought it was just giving somebody the middle finger.
Sock's turn.
All right.
That's semantic.
Pray to the gods you worship.
I feel like I'll go ahead and use Giant Smite. How far away is he from me?
He was 30 feet. And he has not moved.
But it is
He and the shark are right there in front of each other.
We'll go ahead and move up and swing them.
Okay.
I don't think I get attacks of opportunity.
Blinded?
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so.
Because I wouldn't
16?
know they left.
16 is what you need.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, that was 15. I miscounted. Attacking again. Okay, that one is a 16.
This guy is a CR12. Just by the way.
Oh.
This is the hardest thing we have ever faced so far.
And you can tell because we already have 4 conditions.
Was it a D4 or a D6? Potion of growth, is that D4 or D6 extra?
What is it?
The potion of growth damage.
D4. Extra D4 damage.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like you're enlarged, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's gonna be
Oh, paralyzed makes your attacks automatically crit.
22 damage.
22. Wow, that's nice.
That is messed up.
And I did giant one.
He's bloodied now. He looks mad.
That's it.
Okay. Then at the end of Sot's turn, I guess we're gonna put the shark in an ice cage, Rhine cage as well. So you're grappled with an escape DC of 14, and you're while you're grappled, you're restrained.
Okay.
And it's Kojak's turn. But you are right there in melee with him. He's right up there.
Oh wait, was he under the effects of fairy fire?
No.
No, he missed Fairy Fire missed.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember because I know that some of the stuff was being dispelled and.
He is bloodied at this point here. What is Kojak's doing?
I'm looking
Sink the
Oh,
unconscious.
okay.
So it's the turn the coup de grace into the conditions. So if you're paralyzed or unconscious, they automatically crit against you.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
Well, it makes sense if you're paralyzed or unconscious, you can't move.
Yeah, but it used to be you take an ability to do it. Now it's part of being paralyzed or unconscious. So you flipped it. I was wondering about that. Wait,
What do
so
you mean you take an ability?
that means that whenever we had the guy in the net, and
He was restrained.
yeah, well, he was also unconscious because he kept going.
I'm trying to figure out a polymorph.
No, he was dead. That's what it was. That's different.
Oh.
for
For who?
turn him into something that can breathe or breathe.
Oh, I see. Yeah. You got 3 minutes to do that.
Yeah, I'll swim up.
Okay. Well, is there a way to get out of this cage?
It's an escape DC of 14.
Will that take my turn?
That is typically an action. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm right up next to him.
You're right up next to him.
Okay, I will do a thunderclap.
Okay.
So con 15 or 14, sorry.
Okay, he succeeds. He has a 15 on his con save.
Anybody hurt?
Yes.
I'll give you a second level.
Oh, you're not a shark anymore?
Oh, I forgot that is my bonus action.
Oh, yeah.
That would have dropped.
Okay.
Weak save.
Shiv's turn. Oh wait, at the end of I gotta do something. Okay, Shiv's turn. So at the end of Kojak's turn, he sucks in the water, and you can see it churning and getting cold. Looks like he has recharged his rhyme breath.
Excellent. I color spray.
Okay. Well, isn't that only 15 feet?
Yeah, I'm right up next to him. I'm with him.
Oh, that's right. You were riding the shark. Yeah, that's right.
I'm stuck
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
You're like,
no, there's no save. I got 54 hit points. If he has less than 54 hit points, he's blinded.
Oh, okay. It's less than 54. It's less than your hit points.
Less than what I rolled. I rolled 8.
Oh, okay. And there's no
What
save.
was that?
Color spray.
That's a good spell. I'd never realized how powerful that was. Okay, he's blinded then.
Well,
Now,
potentially powerful. You could roll like 16 or something like that.
right. How much hit points did it take?
It took what would it be 42.
Okay. Is anybody? Well, you're blind, so you're completely unaffected.
54,
Is anyone below
12.
14, 12?
Because 54, 42, right?
Is anyone below 12? No. Okay. So
Well,
no
I'm
one
not-
else is affected.
I'm not
So is it
below
like-
12.
My raven.
So,
You're right.
yeah, but he's way back there. Isn't he?
No,
No,
he's
it's blind
swam
through
around.
camera.
Yeah.
So is the raven not blind?
It's only blinded until the end of my next turn. Yeah, anything close could be hit by it and blinded for a turn.
Okay.
But it's got blind sight,
Oh, okay.
so it can see through magical darkness.
Yeah, that's right.
Would that go through blindness?
No,
Because it's not magical darkness, it's magical
I set off a
brightness.
flash bulb with
It
bright
still
colors.
would be able to see. It's like blind fighting.
Oh, okay.
No, I think he's right. I think
It's magical
if
brightness.
you're affected by magical blindness, blind sight doesn't allow you to see through it.
Blind sight lets you know there's somebody there.
So he's going to be able to basically launch
It's
his
devil's
breath.
Blind-
as long
blind
as they're not
sight-
behind full cover.
well,
Yeah, blind sight
I'm
means
curious
that you are
if-
not relying upon sight.
if I
to see.
successfully grappled
Yeah,
him,
but-
could
but
I turn
magical
his mouth
blindness
in a different
Doesn't
direction?
it affects us all
Keep it
sensory elements.
Gotcha.
Doesn't matter.
Because you're the
Doesn't matter if
one
you're using
who's
echolocation or whatever.
That was the
Yeah,
point
all
I
my
wanted to
attacks
know.
are at disadvantage right now, so why I'm using
Anything
spells.
else from Codex?
But
Well,
I'm
my
planning just
homunculus
keep
will
it
try and
happy.
shoot him with a
So
brick.
here's
Okay.
probably the best.
He will have
Anything
advantage.
Help him out.
He would have advantage. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's
Because he's
blind.
blind.
We're just need circles for you. So
Wait, if I'm blinded,
It
and
doesn't matter. I rolled a 1 and a 4.
All right.
if I'm blinded and he's blinded, does it cancel out?
We need one more thing blinded, and we have the
Three
blind.
misses.
3 blind noise.
Well, I guess I got his raven, so yes, I hit 3 things and not blinded.
In at least in the little paragraph, it says that attack rolls against the blinded creature has advantage, and
Are you
attack
saying you
rolls
blinded the block to the side?
from them have disadvantage,
No.
so it might cancel.
The homunculus is behind me. It's like
Okay.
in front of me.
He
That's why I didn't hit him either.
So it's stuff behind you?
blinding
Stuff on the other side of the
breathes
dragon,
down the
but-
tunnel again.
Okay, then you wouldn't have
So,
got the raven because it was behind you. What didn't get all the way up there?
This is going to affect everybody except for Boom Boom. It's a DC 14 con save.
I passed again. I rolled a 19. So
You got it?
I got it finally. I want to save. I won't die this time.
It's a total of 29 cold damage.
so save for half.
Yeah.
So is that what?
Just adding
14.
14-7.
Yeah.
So,
So I think your
Oh, it's
imp
cold.
is no more.
No, it's saved and it's got resistance.
Oh, okay.
And I've been healing it.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to take half.
He's got the absorb element spell.
How many?
And it's stamina strength.
Oh, you can't do the evasion or mine.
Oh, I'd save for blindness. I need to make a save for
Oh,
blindness.
you didn't make it into your last turn?
No, I
Okay,
didn't.
Yeah.
I was stunned, but that was a different thing, I think. So was that a con?
Yeah.
It's DC 15, isn't it?
Yes.
I made it 14, so I'm still
Okay.
blinded.
You're still blind, but it's your turn.
So since he's blinded and I'm blinded, is that normal?
That would be normal.
Yeah, because you would get advantage normally on attacking him, so.
You're all off swinging and he ain't
By
dodging.
the way, Dan, I did realize I accidentally rolled the d4 if you would add 3 hit points back to him, because I didn't consume the potion of protein.
Oh, okay.
I forgot that I hadn't consumed the potion of growth when our
Okay.
combat started, so he would have.
3 more hit points.
Yeah, because I rolled that d4.
So I don't think that would have. He was 12 under the 54, so he would still been blinded. So
I rolled 23 to hit with. What's his AC again?
his armor class is 16.
16. No, don't bring up the weapon information. Hit the tiny button. It's 5 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then a 19 to hit
Are
with.
you going to stunning strike him?
Stunned and blinded. Why not?
No. But 9 damage on that second strike.
Okay.
I don't have a whole lot of key left.
Fair enough.
Hit the wrong button, but it's the same modifier.
Who knows,
17
you might
hit
have to swim real fast.
with 8 lightning.
Okay.
And then I'm going to
Flurry might have to-
flurry
Yeah, flurry. That's my thought was.
for 25 to hit for 6 lightning.
Okay.
I thought about doing a breath weapon,
Anything else from
but I don't know
Family?
what's behind them. That will be my turn.
Okay. At the end of Thamri's turn, the dragon is sheathed in sanctuary.
Do I?
And
The nerd is
Do I-
behind him.
it is Boom Boom's turn.
Oh, but I can't see that.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, but after we see the sanctuary, I'm like, oh, the nerd, he's behind.
It's Boom Boom's turn.
So I should have done my breath weapon.
Well, it probably wasn't going to
The
be a
serpent
huge
is
creature.
the. Are you saying the serpent
It's
is
30 feet.
is a familiar for the dragon?
5 feet wide. Or
No, that the
Yeah, because
caster is behind me. The
Where's
cleric.
sanctuary?
and then moved away.
You have to make a DC in order to target him with spells or attack him. You have to make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
I'm still blinded.
Okay.
I forgot to roll that, but
My blind's not near as good. Now I have a couple more, but they're less likely to hit now.
I'm hitting something.
The imp is not flat family.
What do you mean? You're more
I'm
likely.
gonna cast lesser
He
restoration.
has less.
I use a 2nd
Okay.
level now. I have to use the
Oh,
first
so you're
level.
no longer blind.
Now, if he did
Good. I'm hitting
20 points of damage.
Serpent. I was a little worried I was hitting like a slot over here.
Yeah, that's the big disadvantage of color sprays. You have to roll the dice,
Right.
and you can really pooch that.
Really bad.
Or you can get really good.
Or you can get really good, yeah. I didn't do
And then the imp
bad.
is going to use its.
51.
The raven is going to spend the rest of
54.
its
54 out of 8.
movement coming back.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to move up.
Slightly
You're going
lower.
to cast
That's
touch spell.
fine.
That's restoration
52,
through it. And it's
right?
going to move back. Gotcha.
52.
Okay.
You can pull it
Anything
up.
else from Boom Boom?
Yeah.
Scroll up to the
Okay.
chat. Or I can
Let's
pull
see.
it
At
up.
the end of Boom Boom's turn, yeah, he's going to try to recharge this over. Okay, he sucks in the water around him. It churns and churns.
54.
He has regained his breath weapon. That is very obvious from that point. And it is Sot's turn.
9, 3, 6, 8.
So you can grapple a creature up to one category larger than you, right? I believe that's how it works. It's up to one,
Just
Yeah.
do the math right quick.
if I remember
I
correctly.
think that's right.
Two
Oh.
dice is 9.
Here it is.
Now, if I fail the wisdom save, do I still get to use my action, or does that consume my action for the
So
sanctuary?
every 5 dice, every 2 dice is 9.
Your action is declared.
So 36 would be
If you fail the sanctuary, you can redirect it to another target.
And then
Okay.
But it has to be
But
the
if
same
I
action.
declare the attack action, I can grapple and
really
is it, or is that considered an attack as well?
No,
So that was
I
a
don't
good-
think
that
you
was a
should.
good
I think
roll.
if you
Because
try to
normally,
attack,
normally it
you
says
fail.
that you can substitute one of your attacks for a grapple.
Yeah.
So it's 5
So,
and 6.
If I
The
declare the attack
times
action, though,
8
would I be able to use my second attack as the
44
grapple?
is average.
You-
So
So
54 is
if you
trying to figure out if I would just have to.
Four and a half.
so if you
attack.
declare the attack
Yeah,
action,
that's
you
why
get
it
2
says
attacks.
2. No,
Right.
Then you
Five.
can decide what you're going to do with those
Those
attacks.
D8s are
Okay.
But once you have
Attacks.
declared what that attack is going to do,
5.
if
So
that is
6,
what you were
24,
doing
So
with it.
5.5 times.
So if I declared an attack and then failed the save, would I have to redirect it to one of my allies?
We enjoyed
Or,
this.
or let it go entirely.
You rolled
Or
above
just let it
average.
go?
Yeah, you just let it go.
You rolled
Then
above
you,
average.
that you would have a second attack.
But then the
because
second
you're-
one, I can grapple instead of
Average is
attack.
44.
or
you
attack.
get 50.
Yeah.
And try to make another.
Oh, okay. So I can try to make another save each
Really?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Did you cast it?
the higher
Yeah, you can make
level
you can
get,
attempt that multiple
bigger
times.
creatures
after I
are-
pass
the
it,
bigger creatures
you
are
have
twice
to
the
keep-
less
I don't
powerful
have
it
to-
is.
Once you pass it,
You
then
get
you don't
2
have
more
to make
D10.
it.
Okay,
every
I'll go ahead
level
and try to attack.
Which
Yeah.
doesn't sound
Well,
like
it's kind of like
much,
this spell
but
spell then.
Okay, that failed.
but
So
It is
try
huge.
again.
It's
it can be pivotal.
It's
That's
basically
well.
Okay.
11.
I'm gonna attack
Points.
with the butt end of my
Oh,
halberd.
okay.
Okay, that one does succeed.
If you cast it right, it changed battles from
That's gonna be.
D&D 1 all the way
He's looking
through.
pretty damaged right
I don't know
now.
about 4th edition. It probably doesn't exist.
Yeah, and that's one of those spells that's commonly overlooked because
That's
it doesn't actually
13
do damage.
blunt damage.
Okay.
They used to
I
have
came real
six.
close to casting an Eldritch Blast there. After the heal. There was less restoration.
Okay.
Alright, that's. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. At the end of Sot's turn, I guess the dragon is going to be targeted by lesser restoration too, so that he's no longer blind.
Unless your restoration is not an attack, so it goes to the sanctuary.
Well,
And it is Shiv's turn. I'm sorry, it's Kojak's turn.
hey, you said you could
So-
dispel magic, right?
The thing that's got me imprisoned, it's the size of the shark,
Yes.
correct?
What am I trying
Yeah.
to do this spell?
So if
What?
I go
Sanctuary?
something bigger than the shark, does
I
that
have
mean I can
to-
bust out of it?
I'm not gonna succeed.
That would be a strength check. I think I would assume it'd be like your strength
Yeah.
check or whatever you're turning into.
I think so, yeah. Would not automatically succeed though.
Do I know?
I think you
I
could
would
get
say
like
if
you'd
you
give you
could
a free
Use your
escape check,
reaction
but it
to
would
deliver
automatically
the spell
succeed.
before the start of
Because-
What's
my
the condition?
If I polymorph myself into a
Then
giant
it
shark,
would take.
makes me
It would
huge.
provide me the chance to get my
What's the
attacks
giant
in
shark strength?
without.
Spell is an
23.
action. I can't do it with a reaction.
Yeah.
You can
That
hold
would kinda
what's the
fall
CR
short.
using your
It's a
reaction,
CR5.
and then have
Oh,
your
wow.
imp hold their reaction
So
to
you're
deliver
probably
the
going
spell.
to get free. It's only a DC.
Or your
15
raven or whoever.
14 to get
whatever
out.
your-
He's restrained, right?
The spell's got 120 foot range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, you,
So
Okay.
yeah, you can
specify.
say you can.
But if I
reserve-
do that,
you can hold your action.
Will my
to-
action be to bust out of the cage?
Well, your action would be to polymorph.
Yeah.
You would essentially be concentrating on it and then release it when
You would get the
My turn
free
begins.
bust attempt.
Yeah.
is what I'm
Okay, that's-
saying.
Yeah.
That way, in
As
case,
part of casting the polymorph,
the reason why I
we
say
let
that
you make
is
the
that
escape.
he casts sanctuary
for
again
free.
before my turn. If you try to dispel it,
So I'm not going to do it on myself.
now he
Oh,
may have a
I'm
chance to break
polymorphing
concentration.
Shiv
while you're holding
into
it, but-
a giant shark.
Oh shit.
You could quick an Eldritch Blast.
All right, you're gonna let him.
if you want.
You
or-
can resist
Yeah, I
Up
remember
to you how you-
I
I'm
always
just
wanted to
saying-
be a shark.
All right.
If we're
so
trying to
make
incapacitate, I'm-
make the
But
check.
I didn't want
You
I
get
didn't
swimming
shoot last
speed
time.
again.
I know.
So your strength is
When I think
23,
about
so it's a plus
fireballing
6.
back behind the shark,
Well, I don't think
You
you
get
can
the
see
nerve
past
behind
it. It's,
Yeah, I made
it's a huge creature.
17 on the die, so
Okay.
Can we actually see behind the?
So you're free now. You're a free giant shark.
And I'm
So
going
you're
to.
filling this tunnel as well.
Now you got swimming.
Because everyone is kind of around you there.
Yeah, we can't see past this creature, right?
Right. He's filling this.
I'm
tunnel.
just glad to be able to see it all.
So I'm going to tell Shiv, try to bully past it to get to the caster.
and Sharkanese.
okay. No, he can talk in my head.
Oh, that's right.
And it's not like I can't understand Draconic all of a sudden. I didn't
Well,
know Draconic for a while.
I thought he was a shark still.
Okay.
Oh, you had to drop it to
Uh,
cast polymorph, right?
I had to drop it to do the thunderclap last time. And then bonus action, I can't because I cast a spell in a minute.
Alright, so at the end of Kojak's turn, would you not like to see that huge shark there?
Well, it's a 4th level spell.
So he's
Does that affect my hit points at all?
Yeah, you have 126.
we're going to try to dispel that.
Oh.
We do not. Alright.
That's a temp HP.
If you go to extras and go to miscellaneous, you can find a giant shark. It's a CR5.
And it is Shiv's turn. This
Oh shit!
this very badly injured sea serpent is in front of you, nose to nose.
Okay, well I'm gonna draw the attack of opportunity, I guess, and swim behind him to see if I can find the guy who cast Sanctuary.
Could you squeeze past?
Get the nerd.
You would not be able to get by him as a huge creature.
Then bite him.
You would-
Well, let me look here then.
Did you find the extra?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Let's see. Manage
I mean, I don't
extras.
know if you can technically do non-lethal with a bite.
You can.
It's a melee attack. Any melee
It's-
attack you can make non-lethal.
Weird, but you can do it.
Yeah, I mean,
But you have a +9.
the
to hit,
premise of it is weird.
and it's
But
3d10
yes,
plus
it's
6
completely
for the hit.
allowable.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the idea is that instead of going for like the throat or something, you might go for the arm.
But he is looking pretty rough. Like,
As
what
a
is the
shark,
damage
you
on
get
a shark?
advantage.
Well, that's what I'm trying
You
to
get
figure
you
out.
have advantage because it's blood frenzy. So
What's the attack for
it
giant
is
shark?
a +9 to hit,
For
3d10 plus 6.
So,
Why
and you have
is it
advantage
not loading up the rest of the giant shark?
You gotta hit add.
So,
Oh, okay.
Dan, would he be able
And
to
then
proc
go to the-
sneak attack with?
I don't think you get your
You don't
class
get-
abilities.
it's not
on
like
your-
Well, the bite's not a finesse weapon.
Oh yeah,
That's a
it
big
would.
problem.
Yeah, you're right.
I know this because the
But
monk's
he doesn't
fists
have
are
all
not
of
a
his
finesse
hit
weapon.
points, does he?
No. So you have
Because I thought about multi-classing into a rogue.
And +9 to
doesn't
hit.
count for that.
Yeah. Well, you can
Or
use something like a
3d10
short sword
plus
if you wanted
6.
Yeah.
technically.
Well, yeah, actually, and I can
Yeah, you
I
could
can
totally
adjust the
multi-class. Yeah.
weapon up. Yeah. And I would probably go for one of the
So 18 plus 9 is 27.
archetype.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why.
I'd
Oh,
probably only put
Way of
3
the
of
Shadow
those.
is a good one.
3d10 plus 6.
Yeah, that actually was nice.
Yeah, no, you can. Yeah, you could totally use a short sword, or you could be a Kensei monk, and
A 22.
Okay.
because
That's
they're
going to
allowed to
kill
specialize
him.
in alternate
I'm
weapons.
gonna. I
Yeah.
can't pull my punch because I got teeth. Or,
Yeah, I don't know that a shark could. And you become a giant shark at that point.
Would it just be that you would go for an?
You don't retain your mentality. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, you have an intelligence of 1.
So
Bloodthirst.
So the giant shark actually kills the dragon. But
Revivify.
it is just dead right there.
Revivify it.
He's got a minute, so
And by the way, past the dragon, you do not see anything.
How many?
And is anyone proficient in Arcana?
The shark.
was.
How many? How many hit points do
Well,
you
you
revive
could-
with the revivify?
It's not a hit point thing with Revivify. They just.
I mean, if I have
They
to,
just come back with 1 hit point.
if I don't
Oh,
see anybody,
you
I
got
can drop
times
the
they come back,
spell.
yeah.
I want to make sure they don't come back full hit points.
Well, you can. Yeah, you can just hold your reaction and punch them in the face.
Oh shit, you rolled a 20.
Yeah, I rolled my Arcana.
Well, are you still a giant shark?
Yes.
Okay.
I am proficient. It's just.
I have advantage in Arcana.
shark
but I
recognizes
don't have proficiency in.
Oh, you make an Arcana check then.
My Arcana is +0.
They're probably invisible.
Don't think that does anything for me. Sadly.
I don't think I have any bonuses yet. 18.
Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah. So
Can I make a bluff?
the spells that were being cast were actually coming from the dragon itself.
Oh,
Like he was a conduit for the spells.
for the shrine somewhere in there.
Okay, well,
You know, for Neorsis.
we'll go ahead. and-
Neorsis was in
So
telepathy.
I'll go ahead and start
Cast
tying,
spells through.
Oh,
I'll start
familiar.
tying up the dragon and start tying it up to the shark so we can start pulling it out of the cavern.
Well, so right now it's dead. Are we going to revivify it?
I think we're gonna get it like directly out of the cavern and then revivify it.
Can we do that in a minute?
Now,
Yeah, we
question:
should do that.
would I be able to?
Be close, but we could do
You
it.
can
Would I be
use
able
a
to
net.
somehow restrain it with like the series of nets that I have?
Yeah, you could bring it back to 1 hit
That's where we
point
need to use
with
it.
everyone right around it to
And
render
just
that conscious.
knock it out.
Yeah,
I'm
and then
gonna
it's.
prepare my attack.
But then we've got Boom Boom needs to breathe.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, see how long it takes to ritually cast.
It's 10.
10 minutes for
Yeah.
to ritually.
I'll use my spell refill and ring, give myself a 3rd level spell back, and then I'll
How good
cast
are you
more
at
breathing.
faking
Okay.
being a
Alright,
wizard?
So Boom Boom can breathe again.
How good are you at faking being a wizard?
Counting guys
Cast
scroll
roll
away.
five.
If I have a scroll, I can. Yeah, I can because it's on my spell.
You can make
Well,
a
you're-
roll there fast.
At the moment, you're still a giant shark.
Well, you can drop.
So
concentration.
for now, I'm getting no answer from the shark.
But basically, I get a +3 for my intelligence.
Well, I was going to try to use the shark to tote along.
And I think
Oh, yeah.
it's not
So
trivial.
because Revivify.
But I have an inspiration. That's what I would use.
Sweet. We knock him out and start.
Okay.
I'm gonna tie up ropes to the inside of the
But he
shark's
can
mouth.
cast it. So the only
Right, so
time
he's
I need to cast
unconscious.
it is when he.
Are we leaving the tunnel with him?
The bad time
Yes.
Okay.
is whenever we need to cast it, and neither of you.
And
So
how long
he's
does polymorph
unconscious
last?
and restrained. Lasts for an hour, right? Isn't
We
that
want
what
to take this thing
Yeah,
back.
it lasts for an hour.
I'm gonna enjoy being a shark for an hour.
Okay.
Well, you got ropes tied to your mouth so you can tug this big fucker.
All right.
Do you want to take this thing all the way back and come back again now that we know we're facing a dragon and a cult leader?
How long is it gonna stay unconscious?
Especially since we know he's
Indefinitely.
casting spells through him. So once we
I mean, you
heal
can
him,
keep knocking him
bring him
out.
back up.
Well, like I don't think we should drag him into conflict with the dragon if we're trying to keep him alive.
Well, the dragon was
Like,
using
would we need to
Yeah.
keep coming back?
the dragon was using him as a conduit.
Yeah.
The dragon's in the
Yeah, and if the dragon knows like
Underdark.
If the
And
dragon
my swim
knows
speed's
cure,
50 feet.
then we have to bring
any
him
kind
with
of cure
us.
spells, this thing can come back to full hit points.
Well, we just keep whacking.
So what's up?
So we'll have
I
to
suggest
we'll
we
have
take
to bring
this
him with us.
back to the merfolk and then come back.
And then tell them we're not done, but here's this.
Well, dude, we want to have somebody sit with them for a minute and try to see if we can find the person, because as soon as they realize their big giant serpent is gone,
Yeah, I
they're
guess
gonna go into hiding.
So we gotta choose between trying to fight this guy and maybe
Fight the
him
dragon.
healing the serpent and having to fight them both at the same time, which would be bad, or getting a magic item and potentially losing the opportunity to kill somebody. Because we're not tasked with killing somebody, we're just tasked with bringing this back.
No, we're tasked with getting.
Well-
Well, the main task was getting rid of the priest.
You two.
Yeah, but we found out.
And
The Heretics
honestly,
harem
Between the
is-
two,
is-
between
no,
each
one of us, if one of us stays behind, the thing's gonna be unconscious.
I'm not too good on hit points, so I don't want to stick him back.
Okay.
'Cause
Now,
I'm
if-
sure I can. Just
The
pull my
only
action
issue that I could foresee is if somehow he comes out here and we're looking for him in there.
How
That's the only.
He is casting
Yeah.
through it.
that
Maybe he'll cast a heal and actually heal the thing up.
and then I can punch it.
Did it display any regenerative capabilities when we?
There was
fought?
no point where you gained hit points.
But it might just have been that wasn't the best
Um,
option or something, right?
I don't really
We're-
want to split the party. How big is this cavern?
Well, right now we're in this tunnel.
We're really worried
It's
about
big
taking
enough
it
to
back
fit a huge
down.
creature. But we
I
haven't
would say
gone.
no.
We haven't gone all the way to the end of the tunnel.
I mean, it
Oh,
was,
we've
both
only
did
made
light
it.
damage.
So-
Yeah.
we were in the tunnel whenever the sea
per
serpent.
So-
attack, I think you do more damage, but I think
Yeah.
I do more attacks.
Well, I'm gonna give you a greater healing potion. I happen to
I say as long as you're at decent enough
So
HP,
I
think
say
you could
two of y'all
hold that.
stay with the serpent, and then
Well,
the
Well, why
other three
don't-
of us.
wait.
go-
Why don't him
you're a
and
shark, you can't.
one of
I mean, I can drop it. I can drop it.
Your greater healing potions and like it's been.
Yeah,
more
it's
than
absorbed.
yeah,
Yeah.
you would have to.
I'll go ahead and drop it.
Okay.
Three of us will go check out the end of the cavern, and two of y'all stay with the.
Any other effects from getting dropped from
Cult leader,
polymorph?
dragon,
No.
no.
Okay.
City full of
The dragon is in. We've already fought this guy. He's in the.
The dragon is now unconscious.
It's called the Cavern Realm in Dimgaard, but it's equivalent to the Underdark.
The Underdark.
Okay, gotcha.
So he
We'll
was.
see if I
He's
got a
just
heal out of it.
psychically powered,
There you
where
go.
he can do stuff through.
Okay.
What happened?
I rolled the greater healing potion. That's
It's not
4.
D4s.
No, it is. It's 4d4s plus 4, so I got 8 hit points. That is the worst roll
Can
I've.
you roll
That's a
one?
statistical anomaly.
That's not an attack. That's not a saving throw. It's
Ow.
All
not
right, so
an ability check.
All right, so
three of you are going
In all
to the
fairness, I just
tunnel.
been healing that
What
all.
two are staying behind?
Those two.
Samry and Boom Boom.
no. Wait,
That's
Well,
hilarious.
He's low on hit points,
I just tripled my hit points, so I'm up to 12.
and if he needs to, he can heal him. But
I
three of us
can
are just
heal
gonna.
too.
Well, we're just trying to see what's in the rest of this.
Sure.
And if
I'm
we
just
have
saying,
to,
we have many healers now.
yeah.
We're
I mean,
good.
if we have to, we can holler at them and they can come and run. So
That is the worst roll I've
Alright,
ever
so-
seen.
A short distance past where you met the dragon, like less than 100 feet, it opens up into into a cavern that has like an air pocket, so it has breathable air, and it's actual lair. There's treasure there. So there's so it's various loot. It's mostly stuff that the dragon had either pirated or had been gifted him by the locathah. So it's a lot of like ivory and like precious, semi-precious coral and things like that.
You can make it,
but it's the equivalent of 200 gold pieces per PC.
Give you another
Is the total value.
Hey, Shiv, you have a free slot of infusions right now, right?
Yes,
I'm just infusing his armor, and I have the homunculus.
Okay, your homunculus is knocked out. Can you get it up to two changes per 24 hours?
Statistical anomalies.
You should be right. You should definitely make a
that's the end of that passage.
deep bag of holding
passage.
so we can put all the stuff.
Can't do a bag of holding. I can only do the 4 I know.
I think it's my turn.
I can
to
make
be the
a
unluckiest
throwing
man alive.
weapon returning. If we have to do ranged,
I've got a throwing weapon.
I can make a crossbow repeating. Both of those give it a +1. That's why I picked those.
Oh, okay. Well,
And I can give a +1
you
to
said
armor.
200 per PC then.
Yeah, there's 200 gold pieces worth of treasure per PC down there.
Okay, so then we would need to go and check the other hole.
Okay. So we've got the dragons or the sea serpents unconscious,
Yep.
and about halfway, it's only about 100 feet from the bottom of this very long tunnel.
Happens.
So it's not even halfway out. Are we going to leave the sea serpent there unconscious and restrained, or are we going to do something else with it?
Well, there was no one in the other cavern, right?
No, it ends.
lair.
It ends in its lair, and there's no other way. There's no exit there.
Which means that the other hole is probably where
The
the guy is, yeah.
And we don't necessarily have to fight. We can just try to run them off.
Yeah, so we should probably still have somebody sit with the serpent, or 2 people sit with the serpent, so that nobody tries to pull any shenanigans.
I mean, we're only a few hours out. We might as well just take the damn serpent back and then.
3-4 times out of 1,000.
Because if they pack up and leave, we've accomplished what we were told.
Yeah, but we can't confirm if they packed up in the last so
Well, we just come back.
Times.
And they could also be stronger
Yeah.
and prepare more
Somewhere
for
like
someone
once a
coming
week.
back because we took their serpent down.
Okay.
I would rather deal with it now
Somewhere in there.
than
Okay.
come back and
Someone
face
said
double
less than-
the fire.
So who's sitting out here with the serpent? Because if we're gonna go check this out, there's probably possibly gonna be combat. So we're gonna need at least 4 of us, depending on.
So them strengthened is worse than us taking 5 people. Is that what you're saying? We're better off with 3 of us taking them on with whatever preparation they have.
Well, if you want to leave one person to keep this thing unconscious, I can do that because I can hide real well, and if he moves, I can backstab, and I guarantee you that's going to put him unconscious.
That's what I've said is that we only need to
pretty sure I
leave
did
one.
the
I
math
don't think we need to leave
I'm
2.
pretty sure I did my math right. And that's
Yeah.
was it almost 4 times out of every 1,000?
Yeah.
That was
I'm
rolled
almost
all
about
4.
tapping everything. So we need to figure something out.
I'm at 18 hit points now.
I've got
If we could do a short
2
rest,
first
but
levels and
that's-
2 second levels. So
This is way too much.
and I'm out of.
I mean, we could do a short rest, dude.
But
I
then
can
I
come
lose
back
the
to it
freedom.
right now.
I lose the freedom of movement thing.
I thought it lasted
An hour. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it only lasted an hour.
But he could get back his homunculus,
Yeah.
if that makes a difference.
That's really not been that.
There you go.
It's not that big a trade-off.
Well,
It's not showing you what I
the
rolled.
trait, the main
Show
trait
you
that
what I
we would
rolled?
probably have is that I would get second
What did you-
unit
I'm sorry, what
action
did you-
surge.
Oh.
My hill room.
Henry,
I would
were you
heal
paying
at
attention?
least.
Well, actually, I didn't use my hill room in that fight.
I think he
so-
healed you some.
For him? On the am I rolling or is DJ?
No, I rolled it.
Okay. Let me good. Look at this.
I mean, I would get action surge in second one
18.
back, but I don't think. Honestly, I don't think in this next fight that I need it.
How close to full are you?
1 second, my phone's lagging
I've
out.
got one more heal I can cast if you guys are going to
Oh,
leave
wow.
me behind. So a D8 plus 3.
I could. I mean, I could use a little healing, but I'm about 29 HP down.
Okay.
If we're looking at. If we're looking at
15 down now.
So,
Is that with my D8 plus 3?
Right, so towards the end of the hour,
I'm
the
throwing a
sea
D8 plus
serpent
3 at
wakes up
somebody. Can you roll it for me?
with one hit point. We
Thump it on
So-
the head.
thump it on the head.
I'm taking that D8 plus 3.
So we took
Right, so we did
11.
take the short rest.
Yeah.
did I
Absolutely.
roll 18 again, or was it 12? Because mine lagged too. Notes.
D&D Beyond's been lagging like crazy today, so.
Alright, so we
got
complete the
12.
short rest in the tunnel, knock the dragon out, or the
Oh,
sea serpent out again.
Were we short resting?
We took a short rest, yeah.
Okay, how much are you down? How much are you down then?
So, he ro-
Well, I haven't rolled any hit dice just yet. I was about to.
so if you throw on that D8 plus 3, I can take it. That's 11 hit points that I rolled.
It's gonna be
Which means I'm down 4. Just
11,
much better.
If you want to get the
17,
That's what I was just doing.
26.
I didn't realize you were doing a short rest, but it's fine. Alright.
So I burn my warlock spell to eat it to get back to the 5 sorcery points, and then short rest restores my warlock spells.
Oh!
That's
It restores your warlock spells, but you still keep the
sorcery
sorcery
points.
points. That's clever.
Every short rest is 4 sorcery points now.
That's very clever.
Yes.
You can build those up until you take a long rest. Then your sorcery
Well,
points
yeah, you
reset.
can't ever go over your maximum.
Yeah.
For me, is 5. So when we
Is that right?
when we do a
Yeah, you
when
can't
we
go
do
over
our
your max
stupid-
sorcery
when we
points.
do one of the silly little spells where I don't double spell anything, and then we take a short rest afterwards,
Yeah.
I want to cry because I can't even do anything with it. That's
Right.
why I volunteer heal spells. Anyone want a heal spell? I understand.
Right,
the
yeah,
hit
because
points.
the warlock slots you can just like.
Yes,
Yes. Come back on
I
a short
can
rest.
replace them
Yeah.
real quick.
It is.
Sorry, I'm full HP. I'm good to go. I definitely, if we take a short rest, I can.
Okay.
What is this like? I rolled a 1d8 plus 1 and got 2 total.
Log out of that app and re-log in.
I would
because
use
it-
dice.
It's just.
Yeah,
Yeah, at this point, you should just use dice. I have a ton right in front of me. Like,
it tends
use
to
the
be
dice.
very, very streaky.
What the?
That makes me feel
My
good.
metal dice probably
Got some
are
RB.
would work better.
I
than-
enjoyed the dunes.
Oh, my
This
metal
is
dice
one of
are
my
horrible.
favorites too.
Yeah, it's my second
That
favorite.
being said, I did
I
roll
did
an
put some
8
mustard
whatever
in there.
with his
Oh,
heal,
did
but
you?
that's
Because I saw you had the extra
the
hot
highest
mustard.
I rolled.
Oh yeah.
All right, so
So I was like,
All right.
you're staying out here with it. Okay.
So Shiv's staying down. The other.
Just hiding its mouth with the short sword. As soon as you feel the circle, be.
I'll leave you with
when I
my.
come back, it'll be missing its tonsils, its appendix.
I'll leave you with my quarterstaff so you can just do bludgeoning.
Well, it's like in a bathtub with some
Oh
stitches
yeah,
on
because
its
knocking
back.
out with bludgeoning won't make it bleed out. Yeah.
Well, no, any melee attack will render you can make it non-lethal and render.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because you can just hit with the flat of the sword.
It was just that he was a shark and he wouldn't have normally have done it as a shark.
All right, let's go check out this other hole.
All right, so we get to the front. We see out in the plaza, huddled around the idol are these
Uh-oh.
5 locathah, like fish-looking creatures, and they're speaking in Aquan. One of them, so you remember whenever I described Asus, I said that he has his fins all pierced and decorated with jewelry. The one in the middle has the same thing. He's a locathah, but not a. But he is also has all of his fins pierced with jewelry.
So are we underwater?
We're underwater.
Okay, so
Yeah, we're
It's
like
the one with all the
almost a
piercings.
mile underwater.
We're gonna have to
You
be.
could use an unbaited hook to catch this.
And he's talking, and the other 4 are engaging him in conversation, and they look kind of concerned.
Add another
Have they noticed
so
us yet?
I'll
They
teleport.
might not have noticed you at this point. Right now, they're focused on the idol,
I
on the
guess
destroyed
so.
idol.
Let's go.
Okay.
Sneak 'em.
So I can try to hear what you're saying.
Okay. So the one in the middle, he's trying to
They're short rest.
he is unsure of why Eadro would let this happen to the idol, but he is sure that there must be some greater purpose, that Eadro would not have led them here and established their colony if there was not some purpose behind all the events that have transpired here.
I'm going to step
gonna
forward and
attempt
say,
to step
Eadro
to
has sent
sell.
us to lead you back to the true faith.
Ooh,
As a persuasion check.
Okay, yeah.
that could happen.
I think that, yeah.
Can I?
A 25?
Alright, so the one steps forward, and are you communicating in Aquan with him?
Yes.
Okay, alright. So, he says, but I was chosen by Eadro as his prophet, as his Messiah of the true faith. What do you mean lead me back to the true faith? I'm already
Messiah.
leading us to. He looks very disheartened at that. How could I possibly be a false messiah? Eadro himself has talked directly, like spoken in my mind in my own language.
That's exactly what a
And then
schizophrenic
have we not proven?
If
We are.
If you tell me that because you're speaking in Aquan, I can talk into his head in his exact language. I can be like, I can do it too.
Sure.
So what are you going to say to Nero in his own language there?
I'll tell him that there was a false idol posing as your god, and it was coming from the statue, and it was a dragon from the whatever.
The dragon named Ursus.
Dragon named Ursus.
He says, well, yeah. So part of the reformation of Eadro is that is an alliance with the dragons. Yeah,
Well,
that was one of the things that Eadro told me was that that Eadro wanted the locathahs and the dragons to form an alliance to elevate the locathah back to a.
That wasn't how Eadro talking to you. That was how
He
Ursus.
absolutely convinced me he was Eadro.
Well, I'm absolutely convincing you.
Wait,
that-
Do you think we could destroy Eadro?
No.
Okay. Do you think we could destroy Eadro's serpent?
I don't know. It would surprise me. Yes.
Well, would you like to see him?
I can tell you we can't destroy Eadro's serpent. We destroyed Nyarsa's serpent.
Ooh.
So you're saying that down at the end of this tunnel is not actually Eadro's domain.
No.
That we are allowed to transpire to only after we have completed the work here.
Nope.
No, it is a false god going by Ursus, who's been flooding your head with false prophecies.
Okay. So then the other four seem very disturbed by that. It's like, oh my God, what have we done? We betrayed Eadro. We have to make amends. We have to purify and reform. I guess we have to go to Flulis and seek the sanctuary and the forgiveness of the high priest there. Yeah, Narum is very disheartened by this. His entire life work has turned out to be a ruse.
So wait, can
Better
I say
find
that
out
he's
now
like
than
very disturbed?
Yeah, he's if you
I'm-
could cry underwater, he would be crying.
I'm gonna like swim up and like try to put like a reassuring hand on him and be like, there's always hope. Of course, he doesn't understand anything I'm saying.
Whoa!
Yeah, like I'm just like, there's always hope.
Do we need to try to convince him
I
to
speak Sahuagin.
leave in shame, or try to go back and make a pen or amends?
His inclination is to look for a path of redemption in Flulis.
I mean, I feel like
I'm going to
that'd be
suggest
okay.
that he go on a pilgrimage all the way around the world.
Well, that's a long one.
Well, that seems a little extreme.
Yeah.
I would say.
No, I'm going to suggest that as pilgrimage. That gets him out of here. So
I mean,
priest can
suggesting
have
a
it.
pilgrimage, yeah, but not like around the world. I would say like a.
I want him to go on long enough for us to get everything we want out of these merfolk, and then we're out of here before he comes
Well,
back.
I also
Pilgrimage to
think.
the
I
most
also
holy
think
sites.
the redemption
That would
Yeah,
eliminate him as
that's
a
fine.
threat to.
He's no longer a threat to
Yeah.
the faith.
But he wants.
And I would also suggest you throw away any of your false idol memorabilia.
So he's wearing a lot of the same type of jewelry as piercing that Asus was.
So they think they're worshiping the. So yeah, it would just be.
Well, I was saying like, because that thing had the fish head with the dragon scales and shit.
Yeah. So some of the piercings are deviations that incorporate some draconic motifs.
So that's what I'm suggesting. Throw down.
You might want to get rid of those.
Right.
Into our pockets.
Detect magic.
You might want to tell them you have a jeweler who can reshape them into their proper form.
Yeah. So each of
'Cause I can.
the localith
Yeah, it's nonstop.
guys with him,
What was the roll?
they're
Did you
carrying
roll to
potions.
reshape it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be a 19.
Well-
jewel crafting.
Shall we head back to whatever Flulis?
Well, that's the question: is whether you want to go down the other tunnel and see what's going on down there, or if you're like,
I
no,
thought
we're
there was
down, we're
only
gonna go back.
only 2 tunnels.
There were. We didn't go down the second one. They arrived in the central plaza, and we just addressed them after our short
Yeah.
Well,
rest.
we could have pointed the serpent and the netting.
Yeah.
Right. That's what. Yeah. So we haven't gone down the other tunnel yet, though.
Oh.
So
He thinks that down the left tunnel, the other tunnel, is the actual domain of Eadro, that they have not earned the right to.
Oh, okay.
Pursue
Then,
you.
yeah, we'll leave him with the serpent and we'll go tear down that domain.
Okay.
No, the where we just went and got this serpent was the.
There's 2 tunnels.
no, there's 2 tunnels. There's a right
I
tunnel
thought we
and a
were
left
already
tunnel.
in the other tunnel, but
We
we got
would-
caught on the outside.
Yeah, we went down the right tunnel. We have yet to go down the left tunnel. The left tunnel is where he thinks Eadro's domain is.
Yes.
So we haven't gone
No,
down
the
there.
right one where the serpent was is where Eadro's domain is, right?
No,
Left.
So they hadn't even gone down the left one either.
they were not allowed to go down the left.
Either one.
Yeah. Eadro informed Narum that they were not worthy to pursue the left tunnel yet.
But they went in the right one with the serpent.
Yeah, they knew that the serpent was their,
Okay.
was friendly
Okay.
to them.
Well,
Was sent by Eadro to help them, and
okay.
We will go down the left tunnel for you
uh,
to verify that it is
Well-
safe for you to go down.
Can I?
Well, we've already addressed the
Back your people up and head back.
yeah.
down.
Yeah, just tell. We
Okay.
just told them to pack up and go back.
Before
Go back
they
to the
leave,
top.
can I ask them if they could haul back the serpent and let Ace know that?
Can they keep it unconscious?
they can keep it unconscious. Yeah.
Or yeah.
I guess we could sell that as part of their redemption is to bring back the serpent alive and
Or
Yeah.
they can just stay outside while.
Yeah, they could do that.
let them know that.
What was your persuasion? John?
25.
25. Yeah, they would do that. They would take the serpent. The serpent has a name.
Or if they-
Runearth
Or if they
Ran
just, or if they can
back
just
to Flulis.
or
to
if they
turn it
can
over.
keep an eye on it until we get done with this left tunnel.
Yeah, they would do either one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
Well, I mean, I think they would
Take it
take
back.
it back without actually.
And these guys are locathah. Once they agree to something, they
Well, like
They
I said,
tend to keep their word.
if we pose it as
They have a good
part of their
reputation
redemption and say,
Yes.
hey, tell the head priest dude that the party that he sent.
it's not like kobolds. They might agree to whatever, and then as soon as
That was
opportunity
my
changes-
You wouldn't do that, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
So I
I'm
would-
not there.
yeah. So
That's the universe just
I think we have
talking
to
in
keep
my
party
He's the one that killed it.
Okay.
Like no,
explore
because
what's side.
Are you? Is he not there? I thought we were in the plaza, close. Surely close.
Yeah, but I'm in the tunnel.
No, we dragged it out.
No, we dragged it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're there.
Oh, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, so you would have been like
All right. So we're going to send Narum
maybe
Licking
100
it
feet
with
away.
Licking
the-
his lips, looking at it.
with the sea serpent to turn the sea serpent over to the merfolk.
Right.
Yes.
And then we're going to take a long rest and go down the left tunnel.
Yes.
Okay.
Are we? Well, we want to take a long rest and.
Well,
Or
that's,
everything-
that will. I mean, there's.
Right, that would take us into the next
Yeah.
thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Did we want to go back then? Would we know that it's going to take us deeper into the?
Well, I mean, from his
Have-
description, it doesn't sound like a trivial thing to venture into.
Oh,
Eadro
okay. See,
is
I
mad.
thought it was like
How long does water breathing last?
24 hours.
Okay, so well past the
Yeah.
long rest.
But yeah,
I would say that it'd probably be worthwhile for us to go back if we believe that it's going to be going like
Yeah, because then we at least
somewhere like really long.
then we can at least stockpile.
So
all
the
So-
decision there is if you go back and then come back here, you're going to have random encounters for those for that
Oh, okay.
across that expanse.
Yeah, we'll just-
Whereas here you are in a relatively safe place to take a long rest.
And it's going
you're
to take
right
him
there
a
at
while
the-
to turn the serpent into a magic item anyway.
Are they going to
Yeah.
be safe to take the serpent back?
The four with him are veterans. They're locathah veterans.
They're not the people we saved.
Yeah,
we'll
I
tell
forgot.
them about the people we saved too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget. It does take
Because
time.
we want them to check up on those people as well.
I forgot that it does take them quite a bit of time to make the magic item and everything.
Yeah.
We could just take the long rest here and
Okay.
Okay.
then keep
All right.
going.
All right. Then that takes us to the end of the session with a long rest. We're going to go ahead and have the locathahs as an act of penance give their potions to you. So there's one potion of healing for each of you, and then to replenish your potion supply before we head down into the
Hey,
cavern realm.
The priest guy is going off in his own direction, correct?
No, he's going back.
He was going to go back to
I imagine
make his amends with the high priest in Flulis. Yeah.
I thought we're trying to convince him to go.
You
off.
could, if you'd rather him just go off.
Because the guy was wanting us to eliminate him.
Well, he was
Well,
saying
wanted to
to,
eliminate him as a rival, as a
So now
subversive
he's-
element.
Okay, I misunderstood that part.
Now
So-
we just gave him an assistant.
Yeah,
he should be
that's-
happier with
That's
us.
pretty
Now
much.
yeah.
Yeah,
gave
that's
him a
pretty
new
much what
acolyte.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is like he's gonna come back and be like, "Please take me back," and of course the high and mighty guy is gonna be like, "Yeah, of course I'm gonna take you back because
They're
it
smart.
shows how much better I am."
Because you like red, I like red. We both like killing
If he's
people.
smart, the first thing he'll do is detect magic, of course. Be like, oh, is he being charmed or something? Is this gonna wear off?
Yeah. No, he was just convinced by him.
Yeah, well, I know that, you know that,
Yeah.
but he doesn't know that at the temple.
Right. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Okay.
Boom Boom just was really good at convincing him.
Surprisingly so.
I actually,
No, it's
when I used the favorite of the gods, I thought, shit, I was supposed to be saving that to get 2 extra D4 on that roll.
Yeah.
Well, it also helped that I can do the telepathic thing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, even I can do that.
that was
Yeah. It was a good role playing opportunity.
that was fun.
Yeah. All right. Good session.
I'm glad my last roll was 2 1s on that healing potion.